This is not what I wanted to start
men
first,
who are
but
that low all tended to have, and that is the gay humor with other straight men. Look, take it from me, I've worked with men throughout my entire life in the construction field, in the mechanic field, in the warehouse jobs, in the factories, and in manual labor jobs. And every single time that we found out a man was down low, he always enjoyed the whole gay humor with other men. And what I mean by that is these kind of men will go up to another man and grab his waist and thrust him like if he was his woman or something. They'll grab each other's asses, they'll hold on to each other's, dicks sometimes. I've seen it with my own eyes. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking, how is it that you're straight doing all these things? It doesn't make any sense. Another thing that a lot of down low men tend to have, and this is gonna sound crazy, a family. A family. I've never seen or heard of a man who was down low who didn't have a family. Every single one of these men that I've worked with and I've known throughout my entire life that had the gay humor going on with other straight men also had a family. They were married. They had kids. They had a wife. They had a whole family at home. Meanwhile, they're over here groping on other men. They're the same kind of men who are going to get mad when a woman grabs his ass, but he's totally fine with a dude smacking his ass. Those are two of the biggest signs that a man is down low, because what business do you as a straight man have holding on to another man's waist, calling him your girlfriend, and then rubbing yourself up against him? Other dudes think it's funny. I've seen that shit happen before in jobs, and I'm looking at them and I'm just like, I don't think it's funny, bro. I don't see the humor in it. I'm actually straight, and what's so funny about that? And then they'll play it off as, oh, it's not that serious. But when your own woman wants to playfully smack your little flat ass, it's a big ass deal. But your boy can do it? Don't you see? Come on now, it's clear as daylight. The more that I worked with men throughout my life as I got older, the more I realized that a lot of these men with families and wives are actually super down low.
These are the signs your man is on the down low. Hanging around men too much. If you tell that man to stay at home with you, the first thing he gonna say is, I can't have no friends. I'm a man. I work all day. I can go where I want to go. Maybe the man got something he want. Because ain't no man gonna get in his feelings about another man unless they got something coming. Number two, he talk about your makeup. He talk about everything you wear. That man is jealous of you because you looking better than him. You have more confidence than him. You got high self-esteem, he got low self-esteem. So his feminine side coming out. All them lashes, all them makeup, all them wigs. He just mad because you look better than him and he don't look better than you. Number three, coming home late with his homeboy. What two grown men doing out late? They ain't get mad at you when you ask where he been. He been on a date.
Child, are y'all ready for this tea? Literally a few weeks ago, I was walking in New York City and a guy came up to me on his bike, asked for my number, and within 10 minutes said I look tasty. Y'all think closeted men are obvious in front of women? Think about how obvious they are when it's just men around. I've been told I have DSLs in the bathroom before, and I can't even tell you how many times I've heard this phrase. Yo man, you got sexy legs, but no homo. Is it no homo though? Ladies, please tell me you've never seen any of these apps on his phone. Because if you have, oh my gosh. Let me just say about 50% of the men on that app are on the DL. There even is a category called DL. Well, discreet to be more appropriate. But it's hilarious because around gay men, they are not discreet at all. I guess they think that we want them. But on to the next red flag. DL men will not have a type, y'all. They will get with any woman and even any man. Okay? When you're not secure in yourself and you don't fully know yourself like a DL man, how do you know what you're attracted to? You'll be into anything. Another big sign, he will not be able to get a homie up, okay? And I may be gay, but I'm still a man, and the thing about it is, it doesn't take much to get that thing up. So ladies, they're only doing it so that they feel that they are still straight. I also find it interesting that at like every gas station, there's these pills that help with that. Why are there so many men needing those pills? And lastly, my favorite red flag. DL men are going to be very insecure about their masculinity, so they're going to try to perform masculinity very extremely. They're not going to like young boys playing in the arts or dancing, and they're going to get super uncomfortable doing anything they deem as feminine, like feeling emotions. But for context, the first 20 years of my life, I tried to perform masculinity, and it's honestly sad that they really think that this will work. I could do everything the masculine does, have the super strong muscles and everything, and still be just as gay. It's about the inside, not the outside.
Ladies, have you ever had a nagging feeling that something in your relationship just doesn't add up? Maybe your partner is emotionally unavailable, he avoids intimacy, and for some reason, there are some things that make you question his character.
EMPRESS data management platform unifies our data.
This is Buick now. Buick.
Story time of how I found out that my husband was gay and sleeping with people in his circle. Let's get into it. So one day I come home and I go into our bedroom and I see my husband naked in bed with another man. And I recognize this man that he's with because it's someone who works for my husband.
Hey Libra, what's up, gang
I'm in
gang?
shock. I cannot put into any type of word how I was feeling in that moment. The next day I get a surprise visit from one of the wives in our social circle, and she says to me, I heard you found out about your husband's little secret, welcome to the club. She then tells me that I should not waste my tears on these men, and instead she will teach me how to thrive. She then explains that 11 years and 3 kids into the marriage, she found out that her husband was gay. Exactly the same situation as me. And instead of divorcing him and losing out on his wealth for her and the kids, she decided to stay and be strategic. And when she says strategic, she means like getting him to send her apology money, purchasing houses with his money and putting them in her name. And she basically says that she's created this unofficial support group for wives in similar situations, because ultimately it seems like all these husbands in this social circle are basically having sexy time with each other. And she offers to take me under her wing. So what do I do next? I stay with my husband, I take her advice, and on top of that, I make sure that the man that he was sleeping with, that I find him a girlfriend that ends up being his wife. Because in my eyes, that's a way to protect my husband, to make sure that no one has any inclination that he might be gay. Fast forward, that same woman that I set up with that man, she obviously finds out that her husband is gay, and what does she do? She comes to me crying, and what do I tell her? I tell her, just as that woman told me, to not waste her tears on these men, and instead I teach her how to thrive.
How I found out my husband was gay. Hi, my name is Sabina, and I'm 41 years old. I was married to the love of my life for 30 years. We couldn't have kids, but planned to adopt at some point. This man was my best friend, my backbone, my everything. I was doing laundry one day and felt something in his pocket. So I pulled it out, and it was a hotel key card. I was like, a hotel? When did he go to a hotel? He's home every night with me. By then, my wheels are turning, and I'm in full-blown detective mode. So I bought a tracker online, put it in his car, and waited. It alerts me of him leaving work, and I'll never forget, at 10:31 a.m., I'm thinking he's
Hello,
going to lunch.
Catherine.
But no, it goes clear across 2 towns over and ended up at a high-end hotel. I grabbed my keys and took off. I get there, and I'm thinking, how am I going to get to him? I see at the front desk my old classmate that lives in our town and knows us both. I go and I be fake because I couldn't stand her in school. As I approach her, she starts just talking off at the mouth to me, asking me, hey girl, what are you doing here? You must be meeting your husband. He just checked in 45 minutes ago. I said yes. I was running late, and then if I could just get a key card instead of having to knock and bother him. And lo and behold, she just gave it to me. Room 88, the 2nd floor. I get to the door, let myself in, and there he was with the guy from our church, whom is also married, having a time. I backed out and I left. I said nothing. I was in shock. I was hurt. I was literally doing the ugly cry all the way back home. He came home shortly after apologizing and told me that he was gay, that he could no longer lie because he had been caught. We agreed to a divorce. He moved out. We ran it, thank God. I got tested for everything under the sun. And we haven't seen each other since the day we signed the divorce papers. That was it for us. By the way, the guy still with his wife, but I've been pondering something. Should I tell her, or should I just let her find out like I had to?
Imagine loving someone, trusting them completely, building a life with them, only to find out that this person is living a double life. Today, we are going to be talking about something that a lot of women experience in silence, finding out that their boyfriend or their husband is DL or they are secretly gay. And guys, I just want to put this disclaimer out there. This is not about bashing anyone. This is about honesty, betrayal, emotional fallout, and the women who are usually left picking up the pieces. For those who don't know what DL is or down low, it refers to men who publicly identify as straight men but secretly have relationships or sexual encounters with other men. Some of these men are usually married, they have girlfriends, some even have kids, and in many cases, the women in their lives usually have no idea until everything comes crashing down. But anyways, let me not ramble too much in the beginning. Let's get right into the video.
I'm ready to tell my story about dating in Atlanta. I knew I should have listened to my intuition, because you already know what is going.
What is it? Hey, what is it? Brycey. Oh, thank you for the star. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
This right here is what the experts call
Brycey.
a problem. Today I'm lifting some sunken concrete. So again, this is simply forming.
They just got engaged. Since y'all just got engaged, what's y'all's fetish?
I'm really, really into Asian women despite what I'm married.
Bruh.
I'm literally a white woman. I don't know what to say about that.
One thing that will forever baffle me is how a man will get in front of a podcast mic or be interviewed on a random street corner, and all of a sudden he acts as if he's giving a confession to a priest. We all could have gone our entire lives not knowing that, but especially his fiance, who clearly looks like she was blindsided and shocked. Now you planted a seed in her mind that you settled for her and that she's not your type. The look on her face when she said, "But I'm a white woman," essentially saying, if that's what you prefer, then what am I doing here? And why do I have the ring? Then he playfully covers her ears like she didn't just hear what she heard. And it's like, no, cake's been baked, babe. You already planted those seeds of doubt and you can't undo it. You can't unring the bell. He wasn't open and honest with her about how he felt about Asian women because he didn't want her to know his real type. Microphone or not, when another guy is there and he's asking him the right questions, they're going to act like it's just the two of them in a locker room, despite you standing right there. Some men wait till they get in front of a microphone and start confessing everything. You've seen men say they've already met the love of their life, but because she's unavailable, they're going to waste time with other women in the meantime. You've seen married men laugh about not loving their wives. You've seen married men say they'd rather cheat on their wife than snitch on their homies. And this is why the whole premise that she should have chosen better, she should pick better, makes no sense, because oftentimes they don't tell women the truth. They'll tell their homeboy, they'll tell a random on the street corner, they'll tell a man on a podcast, they'll tell everybody but her how they feel about her.
What would you do if you woke up one day and you saw your boyfriend or your husband on a podcast openly admitting that he's with you only because he failed to get the love of his life, meaning he basically settled for you? Well, in this video, we are going to be seeing men admitting that they actually settled for their wives. They settled for their girlfriends, like the people they are with are not their ideal type, but they settled for them anyways, because I'm guessing these were the women that put up with their BS. I would hate for a man to say that he settled for me. Like, to me, I feel it is so embarrassing. You don't have to settle for me if I'm not the one you really want to be with, but well, that's just me. Let me not talk too much in the beginning. Let's get right into it.
My husband told me he settled for me. I was a single mom of 2 when I met my husband. My husband is 9 years older than me. I was 33 when we got married. I'm 41 now. My kids are grown and out of the house now too. My husband got drunk and revealed terrible things that I wish I just didn't know. He married me because he didn't want to be alone. He only had 2 relationships, 3 total if you include me. He's not attracted to women that look like me. He said I'm overweight and he was very underwhelmed by my appearance. But he learned to love me on the inside, because even though I'm ugly on the outside...
Ugly is what he said.
Even though I'm ugly on the outside, I'm so beautiful on the inside, and that's what makes me different from the other girl.
Wow. Guys, how do you feel about that? Because I'm even out of words. Even though I'm ugly on the outside, I'm so beautiful on the inside. For your own...
Enter the Shell-Fill Lucky Sweepstakes for the chance to win $100,000 or free fuel for a year.
This new generation of men wants you to chase them and buy them flowers and snacks.
To all my sisters, man, y'all better get off that stuff. Talk about y'all don't chase a man. Look, y'all chase everything else. Y'all chase makeup, y'all chase lashes, y'all chase success, y'all chase y'all kids, y'all chase everything. But the only thing that God has created that will make you complete, more happier, is the man. Now granted, I get it, right? Chasing the man comes with consequences, right? And everything else don't comes with that type of headache, right? So I get it, I understand it. But there's nothing wrong with pursuing the type of man that you are interested in. I'm not saying you're going to pursue Joe Blow. No, that ain't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is go out and get what belongs to you. Whatever that is, whoever that brother is.
Now when he's saying go out and get what belongs to you, it's like he wants women to go out there and actively pursue men and actively look for men, seek men, chase men. Like, is he listening to himself? Because, oh my God.
Yes, look, you do your homework, you do your research, right? Because only you know what you want. So stop saying I'm not chasing no man. Man, listen, man. If that guy has what it takes to make your life complete, girl, you better go and chase that dude. You better go and get it. Yeah. Go and get that brother. Before somebody else chasing down. Out.
What do you guys think is the best scenario? Do you guys prefer to be the one being chased after or do the chasing?
As for my part, I'm gonna be honest, I prefer when she chases me, but like how I see things, if she's not literally obsessed with me, then I'm never gonna chase her.
Mm-hmm.
If I know that you're obsessed with me, then I'll chase you.
Yeah.
No problem. Because it's all this chasing thing is an ego thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like if I start chasing you and I know you're not obsessed with me, like you don't care, then right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'll love chasing you if I know you're obsessed with me. Even if like we have this little issue, whatever, it doesn't bother me, I'll chase you. And then I know if I'm mad and you're so obsessed with me, then you'll chase me.
So ladies, oh my God, this is funny, but in this video we are going to be seeing men openly saying that women must chase them, women must pursue them, women must provide. These men want to be spoiled by the women. They want the princess treatment. Yes, you had that right. The men now want to be treated like princesses. Guys, this is very funny to me because I really don't know how we got here. But anyways, let me not talk too much in the beginning. Let's get right into it.
Y'all want to know why a lot of women complaining about men wanting to be chased nowadays? The reason why a lot of men want to be chased nowadays is because they've been so deprived of true love and true respect. Most men spend most of their life chasing women. And I get it. But then when you get the woman, you got to keep the woman and you got to keep chasing her. An older woman said this to me a long time ago. Women's emotions change like the weather. And you just don't know one day to the next on how she's going to be. So you got to always chase after that. It's almost like chasing rainbows. You're never going to get to the other side of the rainbow. And a lot of men is tired of that chase, so now they want women to chase them so that they can start feeling appreciated and wanted. Now, I know some of y'all going to say, that's sassy. Well, call it what you want.
If she don't ever offer to pay for nothing, don't date her. That's supposed to be your...
This is Buick Now.
Men are angry women no longer want to be wives.
How much should I pay a woman in order to be my wife? Right? There's a lot of men out there in my comments who complain that women don't want to be traditional wives anymore. And this is the thing. If you want a traditional wife, exactly what is it that you're offering her that's better than what she can get by being a modern woman?
Daughters are no longer being raised to be wives. Daughters are now being raised to be people, and that is pissing a lot of people off.
Why can't women be women anymore? Why do you need a bank account? Why do you need a job? Why do you need friends? Why don't you just find a good man who's gonna take care of you, shit out a bunch of babies for him, and take care of the house?
So some of you guys get riled up when you hear women say that they don't want to get married, and I wonder why that is. Why do you get riled up? Why do you get angry when you hear some women say they don't want to get married?
The real focus of this conversation is not about women rejecting wifehood. It is more about why does a woman's rejection of the wife role make some men angry, and what does that anger reveal about what those men expected to gain from wives. I don't understand why some men are so upset that women aren't raised to be wives. Apparently, men aren't raised to be husbands or fathers. Not being a wife material translated, not being a slave. Something has changed in the way many women talk about marriage. For a long time, people treated becoming a wife as one of the greatest things a woman could achieve. Girls grew up hearing about the proposal, the ring, the wedding, the husband, and the family they would build. Even when a woman had dreams outside marriage, people spoke as though those dreams were leading her to a final goal, becoming someone's wife. Marriage was supposed to complete the picture, but now more women are saying they are not interested. Saying they are not interested does not always translate to they have given up on love. Some women are still very much interested in long-term relationships. Some even want children, but they simply do not feel excited by the wife role the way the society expected them to. And the reaction from men because of that has been so hard to ignore. Whenever a woman says she does not want to marry, people rush to explain what they think must be wrong with her. They have a lot of assumptions about that decision. Some men call her selfish, bitter, damaged, masculine. Some even say she is afraid of commitment. Others warn her that she will grow old and regret her choice. They do not speak as though she has made a decision about her personal life, her individual life. They speak as though she has refused something everyone should feel lucky to receive. Why does her choice create so much anger? If marriage offers women such a wonderful life, why are women starting to question it? And why are some men more interested in pushing women towards the role than asking what made the role less attractive in the first place? I was raised to be a wife and still got treated like shit. Happily and proudly for me until death. After decades of a lack of appreciation, our moms and grandmas told us what to expect and gave us better choices.
My grandmother was groomed to believe that her whole purpose on earth was to have children until her body gave out, until she either died in childbirth or she made it to menopause. Her whole purpose was to bear children. So she had 8 children in 10 years. After the 8th child, the story in the family, as was told by her and others, was that she went to the priest crying and begged for permission to use birth control and not go to hell. So in my mind, there is no way that my grandfather is not a rapist. That man is a rapist. He coerced his wife, at a minimum, coerced his wife into having sex with him when she was just out of childbirth. 8 kids in 10 years? She was not given enough time to heal. Not even just that, but I know that she knew when she was ovulating. And she obviously was not able to say no, even though it was weighing on her so heavily she went to a priest and cried about it. But her own husband kept crawling on top of her. And the amount of trauma that having 8 kids in 10 years does to a single person is bad enough. But what it did to that family, the 8 children and 2 adults, it created so much trauma. Those children did awful things to each other, and the adults never handled it appropriately. And guess what happened? Those children had children. That's me. And now my generation has had children. And those children have had children. And all of this trauma has been passed down to these little babies. because it's never been resolved. It's never even been properly talked about. We don't talk about how our grandmother was ran into the ground by our grandfather in the church. No one talks about it. Now, it's been a few years since I've seen these people because, as I'm sure you can imagine, we do not get along. I guess the point of this video, I don't actually know the point of this video. I was driving home from work and I was so mad thinking about this and thinking, because this situation, by the way, is not unique. This has happened to countless women, especially Catholic women. The Catholic women, any Christian-based religion, be fruitful and multiply. Yeah, that's all on the backs of women. I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about how my godmother is dead because a man murdered her. Will the trauma ever end?
And he was a beast. He, absolutely. You don't know how I want to him. He had Mom's, I woke up one night and he had Mom spread on the bathroom floor. I don't know if he was shaving her or exactly what, but she was laying there naked with her legs stretched out. And I just turned around, went back and crawled into the couch because that's where I had to sleep. I had no room of my own.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been through it all.
Yeah.
I would babysit, and the guys would bring me back home, but before they brought me home, they would stop at a parking lot and try to do things, and I got to fight them off and
the
get out of
the fathers.
Yeah. And then try to get out of the car. All right, I'll take you home. They finally give up and then get me home. I was watching their kids while they went to a movie or something. And
did you ever tell them?
No, never told anybody. Because who was there to tell at that time?
Yeah.
They weren't enforcing that kind of stuff.
It's that, like, who would believe you type of thing, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If I ever told you about going to work at the dental office one morning, guy
now that was horrible to say, Hamilton.
I'm walking up the street.
So you an abuser? What about you getting abused? You ever thought about that? You turn around and your way too? Men get raped too.
What the hell do you want from me? You're already doing it.
An unfortunate shared experience among women is just that type of abuse. You just kind of get used to, you find your own way to navigate it, to avoid it. But it's something like, unfortunately, all women can empathize and connect on is how men prey on women.
Yeah, and then there was a point I couldn't escape it.
Yeah.
Because my stepfather started. And if I wouldn't obey his
being a single woman is not a compliment in every case. Sorry, it's just not. It actually raises a lot of red flags, to be honest. Because now you got your counterparts and your peers asking behind your back if you even capable of keeping a relationship, keeping a man and keeping a woman, etc.
Intimidation.
See, a lot of y'all felt triggered by that settled video.
Manipulation.
Which is eye-opening to me because obviously we have a lot of women living in the state of delusion, thinking that they just gonna find the most perfect man ever. And if not, they can't find that, they'll just be single, as if that's supposed to do any type of advancement to our society. Ask yourself, what is your purpose on the earth as a woman if you're not seeking some type of family, and especially family of your own? Like, what exactly are you trying to accomplish on this earth?
Modern women trade all of their baby-making years for travel photos. It's like, lady, what are you gonna do at 60? You can ask your golden retriever for a Christmas gift?
Not having
Time
kids
of
is
my
the most
life.
selfish thing you could do in your lifetime. I feel like now more than ever our society is moving away from having kids. And when I talk to people my age in their 20s, more often than not, a lot of them say they actually don't want to have kids. And trust me, I get it. Everything in this economy is already as expensive as it is. Imagine trying to add a kid to the fold. I get it. I do. It would be very expensive and also a heavy lift on you. I definitely understand that. But with all that being said, and you still decide to not have kids, I think you're being selfish. You are being selfish because you're supposed to be a parent. That's what we were made in this life to be. And especially if you have a stable background and solid family, that is even more the reason to become a parent. Because you have the resources and the head on your shoulders to positively impact the next generation. You and I both know how tough it can be in the world. You know there are people who have way rougher home lives than you ever had. And do you want more people to have that? Or do you want to be one small part of providing a positive life for kids? You can't do that. You come from a stable background, and it should be a no-brainer to have kids. And of course, I want everyone to know that I understand things happen and understand there are other extenuating circumstances that you can't plan for. So if you physically can't, or for some other serious reason, I understand that. This really goes out to everyone who's actively choosing to not have kids. What is the point of life without having children? I'm reading a book right now called Man's Search for Meaning, and it talks about two older ladies. One who's getting to the end of her life and doesn't have any kids, and the other has one kid, but the kid's in a wheelchair. The lady who doesn't have any kids is getting to the end of her life and seeing that it had no meaning. She has nothing to live for.
Oh, wow.
Meanwhile, the other lady, who actually had to care for her kid throughout his entire life because he was in a wheelchair, found so much more out of that life than the other lady. And she could be upset, she could be complaining, feeling like, woe is me, why does my kid have to be in a wheelchair? I don't want that for him and I don't want that for me. And she probably had that feeling early on. But when she got to the end of her life, she didn't care. All that mattered was that that was her boy. That was the meaning of her life. One woman passed away peacefully with fulfillment because she found meaning in her life, and the other woman didn't. And the only true way you'll find meaning in your life is by having kids. By seeing them grow up and by seeing how positively you've impacted them. That is life, and that should be the feeling that everyone is striving for. So if you think about not having kids, I would take a hard look at yourself and think again. Because by not choosing to have kids,
But it's all right if a man don't want
most
that, right?
importantly, you're being selfish to yourself.
Or you have kids and you don't take care of them. That's okay,
Is
right?
it a red flag if a woman does not want to have kids? And yes, of course it is a red flag if you are a young male and you are dating and she does not want to have kids. There is no greater red flag in the world. And if you disagree with this, it's probably because you are weird and a femcel. Normal people have children and reproduce. If that's not you, then yes, by definition, you are weird. And it is a red flag.
This might be a hot take for the internet, and I mean no shade by this, right? Why do women promote singleness so much? This is no shade, right? I've seen so many videos over the past couple of days like, oh, I need y'all to release the shackles from wanting a man, going out wanting a man. We are supposed to be together. I have always operated more effectively when I've been with a woman, especially a good one. The sole reason fundamentally we are on this planet is to procreate, companionship, family unit. One of the main reasons why everybody is on edge and fucked up and all of this shit is one, we are eliminating companionship from this world. And people think you can operate effectively as a single individual. And that has never been the case. There is nothing wrong with being single. I just don't know why it's promoted so much. And you don't even have to look at this in a sense of, having a romantic relationship. So many people in this life think they can operate solo dolo. You need help. You need a community. You need companionship. One of the main reasons to go outside is to go find a partner.
I know you did.
That is the reason of social interactions, whether it's to create a friend, that's a level of companionship, whether it's to meet your wife, or on the flip, as a woman, your husband. I begin lost with this super promotion of being alone. I've never understood it.
So ladies, have you noticed that there are men out there who get very triggered and visibly angry when a woman says,
He's funny.
This is a must-have for women over 50. Thrive Cosmetics just released.
Look, celibacy is not a real thing. No one actually does
Look
it.
at
They're
this
all real for
motherfucker.
each and every one of them. No one is that stingy with their primary.
Woo! Did y'all watch the first
If
video?
they're celibate, there's a 90% chance you're gonna hit, okay? Because what they say when they say they're celibate, they really mean, I just want you to treat me like a human being first, okay? And I would know, like when I tell you the rate of me hitting someone who says they're celibate is much higher than the rate of me hitting a Lucy, someone with no tread in the tires at all, somewhere you're like in there and you're like, My gosh, what happened in here? You have to understand, they all want you to be the chosen one. They all want you to be the one who saves it, okay? Like, someone's going around being celibate. They're like, oh my gosh, I want to find the right person to break my celibacy with. Then they find someone like me. I shoot like a human being for 2 seconds. And they're like, oh my gosh, this guy's the one. Bow, busting it open. And then the Lucy's on the other hand. They be like, man, I really want someone to not use me for my body. I pop in, treat them like a human being for 2 seconds. They're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to sleep with them because I don't want to ruin this. The thing about the Lucy's is they will fold, okay? And they'll fold so much harder than anyone else because the anticipation's built up. So then they have it and they're like, oh my gosh, it's the best thing they've ever seen. Moral of the story, if you make someone think that you care about what they have to say for even like 30 minutes, they're gonna let you hit. Like, don't be discouraged. Like,
I know who need to hear this.
Wow.
But your celibacy is not a flex. It's a trauma response. And many of you are so traumatized that you call yourself being celibate when you're really disassociating and really operating in the place of a wound and hurt.
No, you don't.
I've been celibate for 8 years. 8 years dry coochie. 8 years of harboring hurt. 8 years of avoiding healing. 8 years of getting your shit together. Being celibate is not a flex. It's a trauma response. Go get healed.
Just a word of advice out there to y'all, man. If a woman tells you that she's abstinent or celibate and it's not for religious reasons, I got some news for you, buddy. She's abstinent or celibate for you. For you. The right dude come along, she's no longer abstinent, she's not celibate, she's not waiting on nothing.
Well, you right about that.
You wait. Right? Now, I'm not advocating that everybody be thotting around and busting it open. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if a woman tells you that she's celibate, and it's not for religious reasons, it's just because she has got a feeling that she want to be. She is about to run you through the mud, buddy. She's going to use you because what you're hearing is, oh, I'm celibate. Oh, she's not a pop. No. If a woman tells you that she's celibate, it's not for religious reasons. It's because her decision making on men has been so poor that she had to opt out of sex altogether. I don't think you heard me. I'm gonna say this again. It means that her ability to choose men has been so poor that she had to opt out of giving up buns entirely. Okay? Which means she's about to use you for dates and affection and time until she comes around a dude that makes her not want to be celibate no more. Then you're cooked, and then she's gonna bust it open for Brody, and you've been taking her out wine and dining her.
I ain't using nobody.
You're asking yourself, Dason, why would you say this? How did you know this? Because it's happened to me. It happened to me before. Or he told me I'm celibate, I'm this, that, and the third. I'm like, oh, I'm thinking that sounds great, fantastic. I mean, to be honest, I can wait till marriage. I don't even care. Flashbacks. Buddy, she's giving up buns to the first dude that make the king hurt. I'm telling you, buddy.
Just tell a man you want to be celibate in a relationship and see how fast he leaves you or if he leaves her.
Neurofiber helps support a more balanced gut with 8 grams of fiber. Reach for a more balanced gut.
There are the trucks, and then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra. It's the.
Men don't love you. Men love what they can get from you. I'm not just talking about the bad men here. I'm talking about all men, good and bad. A man's mind is too calculating to be able to love unconditionally. If you don't believe me, you can try these 2 things. For one, ask a man who you think loves you why he loves you. He will tell you it's because you cook for him, you make him feel good. He will basically list everything that you do for him. Or number 2, you can take it to the extreme and stop doing for him the things that he loves. Stop looking after him, stop having sex with him. You will see how quickly that man will go and love somebody else. Whereas if a woman loves a man, even if he stops giving her the things that she loves, she will still stick by him. Now, what is the point of me saying all of this? I see far too many women making decisions in their relationships based on their belief that their man loves them in the same unconditional way that she loves him. You have to learn how to ration your love. Don't fall head over heels for him. Make decisions based on what your head is thinking and not what your heart is feeling.
As a man, my biggest advice to women would be don't trust any men. Not one of them. Doesn't matter how close you are to them, doesn't matter how you know them, doesn't matter how long you've known them, doesn't matter who they are to you. Don't trust them I've been in too many rooms full of men, and you wouldn't believe some of the things that they say and do that's just completely normal amongst men. And they wouldn't say or do it in front of women, but it's just, to them, that's just the way things should be. It's despicable, it's disgusting, it's deplorable. It's too many of them. We've seen this time and time again. Yeah, there are some good men, but that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is, what a man can add to your life is nothing compared to what a man can take away from your life. Just don't trust men, any of them, okay? And keep your girls around, have friends that are girls, please, and make sure they're checking in on you, especially when you are with a man, okay? I'm not telling you don't ever be with a man, just don't trust them, because there's nothing that they can do that's gonna make your life better compared to the possibility of what they could do to make your life worse. And just to add to that, a good man will never be offended by a woman saying they don't trust men. They will completely understand. So if you say something like that and your man gets all defensive or annoyed or doesn't agree, that's the biggest red flag. Because men know how dangerous men are. They know.
Men are not accidentally unfaithful. We are intentionally heartless. A man can be happily married or in a relationship and still see a woman across the room. He knows with 100% certainty that he has zero interest in her heart, her mind, or her future. But he walk up anyway, look into her eyes, mirror her emotions, and tell her the exact lie he knows will dismantle her guard. He's not confused. He's doing math. He's weighing your heartbreak, your years of healing, your shattered trust against a few minutes of his pleasure. And in cold blood, he decides that your soul is fair price for a few minutes of his pleasure. That's not a mistake.
Men are not nice. Men are mean. If you know what that guy that you're calling a nice guy does to the people that he doesn't like, you'll be grateful that he's being nice to you. Men are not nice. Men are only nice to the people that they love, the people that they want to protect, and the people that they value. Men are mean.
Understand that most men are the voice note guy. Most men that you talk to on a daily basis, deal with, or probably even married to, they're the voice note guy. Most men hate interacting with women on a deeper level. Understand the dating, the rigmarole, the flowers, the conversations, the deep conversations is a facade. Most of the time you hear about this quote unquote honeymoon phase, it's not a phase, it's a facade. The mask fell off. The only green flag I can see about the voice note guy is that he didn't put her in a more dangerous situation by cornering her, honestly. If most men can send you a voice note, hell, even a text message and say, meet me at 5 o'clock so I can hunch on you and we call it a day, they would. This is why, ladies, when you are out here dating, pay attention to the social interactions with the men that you are dealing with. And if they are constantly asking you about you, all they're doing is studying you. Do these 3 things while dating. Private your social medias, all of them. Don't tell him about any emotional triggers or traumas. And try to stay away from any conversations related to sex or remove sex out of the equation and just simply watch the person he morphs into. And that's who you're actually dealing with. Not fixed creatures. They don't have the emotional capacity to move past who they currently are. This is the red flags that you see with men. Those red flags typically don't change. They're dialed in. This is why men constantly mention the emotional behavior of women, because their emotional capacity is too much for men to handle. It's exhausting for men. You ever realize that men hyperfixate on the emotional behavior of women? Because the sad truth is that a large majority of men would treat you like a blow-up doll if they actually could.
Ladies, what if the biggest warning about dangerous men came from men themselves, not from bitter women like they like to say, not from therapists, not from anyone else, but from men themselves?
Sometimes these men are doing these gestures not because they want you as a wife or a priority, but because they want to keep you as an option. You can tell a man is trying to keep you as an option because that people will do the bare minimum. They will breadcrumb you with just enough to keep you interested, but not enough to prove or show you that they're actually focusing on you. You'll find the moments you're thinking like, Tyrone a call woman. He'll start to learn how long he can go without really giving you attention. How long he can go without taking you on a real date. And that's what he's going to give you. Because this man doesn't have you in his life because he wants you as a wife. He has you in his life because he needs you as an option. Some love having options. And I'm gonna be honest, some of y'all the Tuesday girl. He really ain't ghosting you for real. He got a pattern. He gonna hit you up around Monday, make sure you're free on Tuesday, come over. He won't hear from you until like Sunday because he got to set up Tuesday again. He really ain't going ghost. He just don't put you like that.
Hello and welcome to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about the psychology of the men who give the
and help you guys understand the psychology behind a man who is bare minimum. First and foremost, a bare minimum man will give you enough to keep you interested, but not enough to show you any sense of real commitment or security. This is someone who is psychologically and emotionally dangerous because they've mastered the art of balance. The texting and communication is very sporadic and random. The plans are very vague and arbitrary, and the affection he decides to give you is very measured in careful doses of just enough. It's all a game of confusion and ambiguity, which leaves you constantly questioning his intentions toward you, his feelings toward you, and your place in his life. This leads you to a state of perpetual uncertainty where you become addicted to the highs of his sporadic attention and the lows of his frequent disappearances. This leaves you craving more, wanting more, needing more, yet at the same time you're uncertain if he's even able to give more. Another thing that the bare minimum man has mastered is the seduction of uncertainty. That ambiguity and uncertainty keeps some women on their toes by creating a sense of anticipation and excitement that is hard to resist. Yet this uncertainty and ambiguity breeds a certain level of anxiety in which you don't know whether to hold on or to let go. One of the main reasons as to why this is possible and it happens is because of an addiction to potential. What I mean by that is the bare minimum man is an expert at showing glimpses of the things he could do potentially, the commitment that he could show her, the relationship that he could create for her, the memories he could share with her. And unfortunately, this is the vision that a lot of women are captivated by. They're captivated by the vision that could be, the potential, not what actually is. And I don't blame them. It's an intoxicating idea. The notion that you're the one who inspires change in someone, it's very fulfilling. So as a result, what do women do? They invest time, they invest effort, and they invest energy, hoping that the potentiality could become an actuality. Let me just say this, if a man who does not want to change on his own, nothing you could ever do to him will ever make him want to change.
And that's right. A man who doesn't want to change on his own will never change for anybody, only when he wants to change himself. And some men would give the bare minimum because they've learned it works. So past experiences may have taught them that showing up halfway still earns affection for
to raise that once they get a job and pay the bills and provide, they've completed their entire role in the relationship. You don't deserve to ask him for anything more. From start to finish, beginning to end, they're never taught emotional labor or emotional repair, communication or mental load or partnership. These are all new ideas to them. When they do the smallest emotional thing, like a date or a text or a question or a hug, they feel like, oh wow, look at me, I went way above and beyond what's required. Because to them, it's extra. Reason number 2 is entitlement. Decades of conditioning have told men, if I provide financially, she handles the rest, that's what I deserve. And the rest is everything. The emotional labor, the planning, the parenting, the regulating, the social connections, the holidays, the remembering, the fixing, the smoothing over, the keeping it all together. Women are taught to carry the entire relationship, and men are taught to believe that providing financially entitles them to that. So he genuinely believes he's doing so much. And you genuinely feel like he's doing the bare minimum. You're not crazy, you're not expecting too much. You're living in the gap between what men were taught that love requires and what love actually requires.
I think a lot of y'all are really confused on what the bare minimum actually is. The bare minimum is not consistent communication via phone calls and text messages. The bare minimum is not planning dates. The bare minimum is not good night texts and good morning.
Hey, why are dishes always getting water spots?
From Colgate.com, hard water.
If a man is giving you bare minimum effort and you have given him your energy, your time, and your body, he is never going to want to commit to you
because he sees that he doesn't need to do more than the bare minimum to get exactly what it is that he wants from you. If after 2 to 3 days of not hearing from him, he hits you up randomly out of nowhere, and there you are responding immediately, yeah, he's not gonna commit. Why would a man want to commit to a woman who is okay with the bare minimum? If he sees that you're okay with the bare minimum, he's gonna continue to give you the bare minimum because he knows this is all that's required to get what he wants.
As someone who has professionally worked with men for the last 6 years every single day, as a professional SEX worker, here are some truths about the nature of a man. Full disclaimer, this video does not apply to every man on the planet, so please don't come at me in the comments. This is just my own personal knowledge and experience over the last 6 years with hundreds of thousands of different men. First and most important lesson I've learned, men do not respect the modest woman more than they respect the SEX worker.
Right.
This was something that I failed to believe myself and thought that men respected other women with different professions more than they respected me, but I've come to learn that that is not the case. Second, most men will cheat on their significant other. It doesn't matter how much she brings to the table, they will still cheat. Most men are lustful, and unless they are actively in therapy and working on themselves, they are chasing lust, and they will put it almost before anything in their lives, including their families, their work, saving money, they're paying their mortgage. It doesn't matter how loyal you are to your man, how much you bring to the table financially, how beautiful you are. If they want to cheat, they will. Most men don't respect women that stay home to take care of the house and the kids. They actually lose respect. They have more respect for a woman that has her own identity and seeks passions in her own life and is independent. A lot of women think that if they make sacrifices for their man, that the men will respect them more and see how much effort and sacrifice they put into the relationship. And it's usually not the case. Men truly don't care. Men like variety. They get bored quickly. Men prefer natural beauty over someone who puts a lot of effort into makeup and getting treatments done or surgeries done or altering their beauty and appearance in any way. So just a reminder to never do anything because you think a man might approve of you. If you're going to alter your beauty in some way or enhance your beauty in some way, make sure it's for yourself because your man doesn't give a shit.
Well, she's definitely had these conversations with men because a lot of what she said, I've heard men say exactly that. I think that was very insightful on her part. Men like variety, that's for sure. I've heard a lot of men say they prefer the natural body and the natural hair in women. Men are not easily satisfied. Men are selfish more than anything. I think they're only out to satisfy themselves. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because sometimes, as I've said in another video, women need to be more selfish too.
What's this brand?
Quality brand. These parts we don't pay big brand markups.
So we save money?
Darn tootin'.
Differences that save you money. It's an Aldi thing.
Good grooming goes beyond the barber chair. Find the latest tools here.
My girlfriend makes $70,000 at her current job. She went to a job interview today. She calls me and tells me she got the job and she's going to be making $100,000 a year.
The only problem is her ex from 5 years ago is the boss of the company. I tell her it's gonna make me uncomfortable knowing that she's gonna be around him all day, every day. I tell her if she takes the job, I'm leaving because I know I'm not gonna be able to handle it. If she loves me and wants to stay with me, she's not gonna take the job and she's gonna go somewhere else. My question is, am I doing too much? Does that make me insecure? If you were her, what would you do?
My thing is this, if it were him and the shoe was on the other foot, and he had an opportunity to make $30,000, but he'd have to work for his ex, I don't think he would even hesitate. But in this male-centered society that we live in, women are always expected to give up opportunities, to forget your job, move cross country, drop out of school, I need your help. Like, forget this opportunity. Like, we're always expected to sacrifice. Some men only know of a woman being in a sacrificial role. My thing is that the ride or die culture that they promote so much only goes one way. It's always about a woman proving that she could be down. It's always about a woman dealing with a man who makes less, or a woman showing how, I don't care about money. Just, matter of fact, I work 2 jobs to show you that I could be. It's always sacrifice on the woman's part. When has ride or die ever applied to a man? This is not your husband, and even if he was, if he genuinely cared about you, he wouldn't allow you to miss out on the opportunity for him. He would wish you the best and tell you to take that job because you earned it and because you deserved it. And if he truly loves you and believes that you love him back, he won't be intimidated by an old relationship 5 years ago. If she wanted that man back, she would have probably got him. It's not like she spun the block. But if you're not confident in your relationship, whether it's this man or another, you're always going to be looking over your shoulder. If it was me, I would take the job, and if he acted like he had a problem with it, I have to cut him loose.
I'm taking the job. Let me know if you would take the job. A $30,000 difference is a huge difference. If I've been working
Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. I've been counseling men and women who have been victims of and or perpetrators of abuse for many years now. One of the things that I counsel women on are women that have good intention, about helping a man. Usually these women, it could be their partner, it could be a brother, it could be even, their dad or whomever, but it's a grown man, and they want to, they see that this man is struggling. They see that this man is insecure. They see that this man lacks ambition or motivation, or just for whatever reason, they cannot seem to get it together. And so what do you do as a woman? You go out, you help him apply for a job. You help him put together his resume. You give him money. You give him a place to stay. You talk to your social contacts. You pay all the bills for a year or 2 or 3 or 10, right? And you feel like you're helping this person. You're constantly like pouring in and trying to motivate this man to really get it together. And I'm gonna put this foundation down for you and things like that. An insecure man is going to hate you for it, and they're going to get you back because they're gonna look at you as the person that makes them feel more inferior and more insecure about themselves. Your success, your generosity, your willingness to help, your ability to help is going to be a reminder to them about what kind of failure they perceive themselves to be, and they aren't going to like that. And so pretty soon it's going to turn into contempt. It's going to turn into resentment. It's going to turn into sheer hatred for you and the person that you are. Is going to turn into, oh, I have to cheat now because she made me feel small, and so now I have to just sort of go out there and spread myself around because all of these women are going to give me attention and I'm going to feel like a big man. It's going to look like weaponized incompetence. It's going to look like dragging their feet. It's going to look like they can't commit. It's going to look like a lot of different ways of sabotage in the relationship, but it boils down to you being more successful, you having more means, and him feeling insecure about that. And that is where a lot of abuse victims get into trouble, is when you don't recognize the dynamics or the power dynamics that plays into abuse. A lot of that comes from insecurity, which is, if a man tells you that he's insecure, you need to, put on your running shoes and get up out of there. They need to see smoke coming from your tennis shoes. I'm not even joking about that, because that is like the biggest warning label. When you hear a man, sort of self-loathing, sort of talking about self-loathing or self-destructive speech, that is a sign of insecurity. But do not ever, ever help a grown man. And for anybody that's going to hop into my comments and say, what about my brother? What about my son? What about, my uncle with one leg? That applies to them too. No exceptions. None. Not even for you. You are not the exception to the rule. And I can't tell you how many people, how many women I've worked with that this has come back to bite them in the butt, and they can't understand why this man is so disrespectful. They can't understand why he's so angry, or why he's, violent, or why he's cheating with Tom, Dick, and Joe Schmo. They don't understand it. It starts with insecurity. So stop being so damn helpful. And, any amount of help that you're going to pour into a grown man that capable, willing, and able. If he can wipe his own butt, he can go out there and get a job. So if he's capable, willing, and able, he needs to be able to do it himself, and you need to focus on doing something yourself. And, if you want partnership, that's fine, but you need to be with someone that is yoked for you. You don't need to be with someone that where you guys immediately fall into the mother-son dynamic, where you're the mom and you're constantly wiping his chin and you're telling him, Tommy, don't behave that way, or Tommy, go clean your room, or Tommy, you need to go get a job now. You don't need to kind of do that, because that automatically sets up that dynamic. I don't care what any couples therapist tells you, because I know there's a lot of people out there, but trust and believe, if a man is insecure, he doesn't feel confident in himself, one, he has no business being in a relationship, and two, he's going to drag you to hell and back if he does. Even if he's successful, if he's not confident within himself, he will drag you back. Hope that helps. Thanks so much for watching.
Someone in the comments says, if you're a woman, never help a man when he's down.
Men's standards today are completely unrealistic. Their list of what they want in a guy is too long.
Delusional. I think you guys have unrealistic expectations.
The only men in this world that ever complain about your standards is the men that can't reach them.
Everybody keeps saying women's standards are too high, but when you actually listen to what women are asking for, it's not luxury, it's respect.
All know that if women don't lower their standards, they will end up as crazy cat ladies, living in peaceful homes, watching what they want, not caring about what anyone else thinks, not arguing about their hormones every month, with clean kitchens and ordering the food they like, buying themselves the presents they actually wanted.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that's the threat it used to be.
Today's episode of Decent Dream Man, I want to talk about standards. We are at the first time in history where women are holding standards to men and saying, you don't meet my standards, therefore you're not allowed in my life. Historically speaking, women have never really been allowed to do that. They had to deal with and settle for men because they needed them in order to survive. We couldn't get a credit card without a man signing off on it until 1974. That's recent. That's crazy, right? So we did have to just kind of suck it up and deal with them. Now, we for the first time have these standards where we're like, hey, so I see that you're 35, cool. I would love to see a basic hygiene routine from you. I would love to see that you have pillowcases on your flat, dusty pillows from 20 years ago. Would love to see a pillowcase. And I would love for you to not smell like a trash bag. And rather than men being like, you know what, that's actually a decent idea, I'll consider it. Let me go talk to my male friends because I need their opinion over yours, and then I'll get back to you. Rather than doing that, they lose their mind and they're like, these women have the highest standards and they're ridiculous, they're gonna die alone.
You know what stands out to me? The you're going to die alone phrase, which always comes out so fast whenever a woman says no. If someone truly believes your standards are unrealistic, why are they trying so hard to convince you to lower them? That's the part that never adds up. It starts sounding less like a disagreement and more like frustration that women finally have the freedom to choose.
First of all, don't tempt me with a good time of dying alone. Second of all, women will not die alone. We're gonna die with other women and our dogs and our cats. Please, we are not worried about being lonely when it comes to not having a man in our life because we have each other. Y'all clearly don't. That's why there's this whole loneliness epidemic. that's a different conversation. But when we see these men react to these standards, what it actually is exposing is that they're mad that the goalpost is being moved on them. And hey, I can understand that because I am a woman and my goalpost of the beauty standard changes basically quarterly, depending on marketing tactics by the media, which is run by who? Men. Who created that system? Men.
I think this is why these conversations get people so emotional. For a long time, women were expected to adjust, to compromise, to be patient and keep giving chances. Now, a lot of women are simply saying, this doesn't work for me, and are walking away. And instead of asking why women have standards, maybe the better question is, why basic effort suddenly gets called too much the moment women stopped accepting less?
What trips me out is like, we say women got the unrealistic expectations, and some of them do, but ain't nobody got more unicorn, fairy tale, Dora the Explorer expectations of the opposite sex than us, men. Again, some women do expect a man to be 6 feet tall and make 6 figures and have a six-pack abs, and that's unrealistic for most men. But I know like 10 dudes already that fit into that category. All you got to do is have a good job and some good genetics, and you're straight. But look at us. Like, what do we expect of a woman? She got to be a virgin, but she got to be a freak. She got to pay half the bills, but she got to do 100% of the cleaning, the cooking, the child raising. She got to be exhausted from all of that, you know, all the cooking and washing and cleaning and all that good stuff, and still be horny enough to meet our sexual needs. And get a good night's rest, but also wake up in the middle of the night in case we want some head and a turkey sandwich. That ain't it. She also got to give birth to all our babies, because, you know, we got to have that legacy. But then she can't have no stretch marks, and she got to lose that baby weight in 30 days or less. And then she got to do it while fighting postpartum depression by herself, because we're going to tell her she having an attitude or something like that, because all we're thinking about is we ain't got no vagina in the last 6 weeks that she got to take to heal. That ain't it. Then she can get older, but she can't look older. Otherwise, we're going to say that she's falling off. Like, the list goes on, but just tell me something. How many women do you know that fit into that category? None. So who really got the unrealistic expectations?
So these videos are for entertainment and commentary purposes, right? So I wouldn't say there aren't good men out there. There are some good men out there, of course, but I actually appreciate when men are willing to say this out loud, because a lot of women have been describing this for years, and people acted like they were exaggerating. The expectation isn't just to be a good partner for them, it's make life easier, never become inconvenient, and somehow never change. That's a lot to put on one person. Then if she says, I need the same effort back, suddenly she's asking.
The biggest thing you can fumble is not a bag. It's a woman that actually has your back. Too many of y'all are too focused on things that don't matter. And you fail to realize that woman that's been holding you down has also been holding you together. She is the glue of the family. She is the breath of fresh air you breathe in the morning. And you don't understand how important she is, because she does her job so well, you don't even acknowledge how hard it is for her. Every day she looks after you, and she gets no credit. She don't brag about it, and the only thing she's asking you to do is acknowledge her sometimes. It's to reciprocate. And when you don't do that, and you fumble that, your life falls to pieces, don't it? Now you're not crying on her phone, please take me back, because you didn't realize that you had an angel in your life, and you treated her like she was ordinary, replaceable, disposable, simply because those feats that she do for you, you have taken it for granted. I'm saying, you weren't about fumbling the bag that you can get back. But brothers, I'm gonna tell you one thing. There's only so many women like that woman you taking for granted that actually want to see you win, actually want to see you make it and be better and believe in you, and that can hold you down through thick and thin. Only condition is that you reciprocate.
A lot of men don't realize what they had until it's gone, not because the woman was perfect, but because she was real, supportive, and actually trying to build something. And when that kind of woman walks away, realization usually hits much later. People often talk about the one that got away, and for many men, that memory isn't about someone they actually or casually dated. It's usually about the woman who genuinely cared, showed up consistently, and tried to make the relationship work.
I am going to tell y'all, if a woman is single for a long period of time, we're talking about like 2 years, 3 years, haven't been in a relationship in a while, it's not because there's anything wrong with her, it's because she is intelligent, and no man can really handle a real intelligent woman. Somebody that stands on her standards, her morals, and that business. The most common mistake that every man seems to make is that they think that a woman is single because she can't get a man, and that's not the problem at all. And more than likely, this woman is being the man that she's always dreamed and wanted. So yeah, she's taking herself on dates and buying her flowers and going on shopping sprees and whatnot. And a lot of y'all seem to get it confused. See, she has grown to enjoy her peace.
Thank you.
She enjoys being alone and not having a burden of somebody else that cannot provide for her. One thing that a lot of guys don't like is a woman that knows her self-worth. See, they can't take control of her life and walk all over her because she knows what she deserves and she is not settling for the bare minimum. So yes, until a man proves to you while he is worth your time, enjoy being single because it is a luxury.
Let's talk about a woman who has been single for a while, and not because she can't find someone, but just because she chose peace over chaos. She chose growth over drama. She chose self-respect over attention. This is the woman who has healed from heartbreak. She has done the therapy, the self-reflection, and the silent nights alone, the rebuilding also. She knows what
every player gets his karma. Every player will get his karma. It's not going to come when you think it's going to come, ladies. No, a player karma comes later in life. When a player is done playing and he want to settle down and he find out one girl he fall in love with, the girl he fall in love with is going to do his ass how he did other women. That's how it goes every time. That's the rules of the game. So if you're a player, you got to stay that way until you die. Because as soon as you fall in love as a player, women going to break your heart too, okay?
Men will laugh at what they put women through, but they won't be laughing when they wiping tears off their daughter's face for the same reason.
Do you want to pay the most karma ever? Do you want to pay the biggest karmic bill ever? Play with someone's heart. Play with the sanctity of love. As a retired player, at 15 years old, my father, who's been divorced 3 times, gave me some of the worst advice ever. He said, I asked him, Dad, what can you tell me about girls? He's like, son, you always want to have 2 or 3 in rotation. Oh, you can't just rely on one. At the moment, 15, I'm like, okay, my dad knows best. Authority figure. He's the man in my life. And as I took that advice, especially after getting cheated on 2 times in my life, at a young age, around 14, 16 years old, by 2 women that I love, Virgin Alex at 16 years old, it was tough. And it gave me a really bad taste in my mouth of women not being able to trust them. See, your experiences, my experiences, they really do shape our reality. What we're taught, what happens to us in life. Does that mean that's the right way to approach life? No, it's not. But that's why we have to learn from the mistakes. And throughout my life, I kept the model that my father taught me, and it didn't serve me. I thought it was serving me. I was getting my way, became very charismatic, became very good at manipulating and getting what I ultimately want, like in a sense of a sexual way. Nothing else. I never wanted anything else. But it caused me karmic debt. So much karmic debt. It caused me karmic debt with my peace, my relationship with God, my finances. And you see, It's not until I read the book Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill where the devil stated, if man used 1/3 of his energy that he uses to pursue lust towards his career, man would never know poverty. What's one of the biggest distractions for men? Women. You think men go to clubs just to jerk each other off?
Yeah.
Looks like it sometimes. But no, women. Why do you think guys get these nice cars or nice body? When I first started working out, it was just to get women.
Right.
So right now, if you're a man and you have a massive roster, it's different if you're vetting, you're looking for if you're looking for a significant other, you're looking for one. But I'm telling you right now, if you're lying like I was, if you're manipulating like I was, I'm gonna save you years, my friend. Years. I'm gonna tell you right now why your money might not be right, why your body might not be right. And it's because your focus is in the wrong place. Don't play with this thing that you love. It's a bill you don't want to pay.
So I keep getting a lot of questions from people wanting to know what it was that forced me to change my behavior with women, because I told you all I was a habitual playboy. I was just a terror as it related to women, man. I have a very treacherous history with women. And it was at the point when I lost everything that I realized that I was reaping what I sowed. The Bible says it this way, it says, be not deceived, for God is not mocked, you shall reap what you sow. I manipulated women for years, emotionally destroyed them, lied, cheated, destroyed my family. I was just a very undisciplined man. And when I lost everything, when I hit rock bottom and I had to examine my entire life, I realized that that was my punishment for how I had hurt women, emotionally destroyed them, traumatized them. I want them to know you cannot go around here doing devilishment and expect to live a righteous life or righteous or good things happen to you. If you are out here destroying women, abusing women, mentally manipulating women, I'm telling you that there is a price to be paid for that. And life is going to humble you. Life is going to whip your life is going to beat you down. So I'm telling you that life is going to bless you according to how you treat the women in your life and how you treat the women around you. That is your responsibility, capacity, function, and role in society. You are supposed to be the knight in shining armor for women. And I'm telling you, and I want you to know from firsthand experience, if you are out here mistreating women, I'm telling you there is a price to be paid, and it is going to cost you at some point. So you don't have to take it from me. They say wise men learn from the mistakes of others. Be a wise man. I'm telling you, if you are mistreating women, at some point it's gonna catch up with you, and life is gonna break that ass down. Tighten up on your backstroke.
Hi cuties, I hope you're doing amazing today. I'm your presenter Maria, and I welcome you all to the channel. So today I brought to you this interesting and also emotional topic of men confessing the kind of karma that
shifting in the pool, don't knock it. Power shift by Rhythm Energy.
Say goodbye to occasional gas and bloating with Floristore probiotic gummies.
My gender, avoid the tears of a good woman. I repeat, avoid the tears of a good woman. If a woman cries for you, a woman that was good to you, gave you her time, her energy, her finances, her emotions, her trust, her honesty, her sincerity, and at the end of the day, you use such woman like a pack of can and throw her as if you are finished sucking the orange. I am telling you, if that woman shed tears on your behalf, your heavens will be closed. Your doors will be closed. Nature will fight you. Karma will come after you. The children you give birth to will be under the same curse. Many men are under curse. Avoid the tears of a good woman. If you know you are not sincere enough, look for your type. Look for your gigolo type. Avoid a good woman to whom brain is given. Sex is expected. Don't put yourself under curse.
A lot of people get cheated on because that's their karma back from when they used to cheat. No, don't scroll. Sit down. Sit down and listen. It's a lot of people that's crying now about getting cheated on. They used to cheat take people love for granted, abuse and misuse other people's love. Oh, what you thought you was just gonna get away? You thought because you changed your life and you got with somebody that you want to take serious that your karma wasn't gonna come. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I stopped complaining about it, okay? Sometimes you gotta suck up being cheated on because you know how you used to be back when you was doing it. My grandma always told me if you can give a lick, sometimes you gotta learn how to take a lick, man. If your partner cheated on you and you know you used to be a cheater, you might as well forgive them, knowing all the time that you done got forgave. One thing about karma, it don't got no time limit on it, man. Karma don't got no time limit, okay? It could take 5-10 years for karma to catch up with you over something that you did. Yeah, sometimes you gotta take your lick and keep on pushing, man. Change behavior don't mean karma ain't gonna come get you for what you did, bro. And that's for real.
There's a woman that you hurt so badly. You thought you were smart. Oh, I played her. I played her. I played. I'm a player. I'm a baller. See where it has landed you. Unprecedented struggle. You hurt a woman. You broke the heart of a woman. Do you even know the spiritual consequences of a woman shedding tears of pain because of you? You don't know. Don't let a woman shed tears of pain because of you. The tears of a woman is sacred. The Bible calls women weaker vessels, and God does not take these weaker vessels for granted. If you make a woman cry, if you made a woman cry, find her and apologize. Make peace, make sure she forgives you. Otherwise, the tears of that woman will speak against you all the days of your life. Women has a very special place in the heart of God. If you're a woman hearing me now, I tell you, you have a very special place in the heart of God. And every man hearing me now, that woman in your life, please stop maltreating her. Stop maltreating her. Stop making her cry. You are looking for trouble. You are looking for trouble. If you want to prosper in life as a man, if you want to stay above normal in life, treat that woman in your life well. Treat her well. If you carry on maltreating her, you turn her into a punching bag. You're looking for trouble. How will God ever bless you? I've seen men who brag, I have everything, I can get any woman that I want. The time they fell, and when they fell, and the fall was loud because the woman who stood by them when they were nothing, built with them, invested in them, endured the pain, the hardship, the mockery, everything with them. Now these men are okay. They decided to go for what they perceive as better, more beautiful, curvier, more educated women than the one which stood by them through the struggle. Treat your woman right. Go look for that woman you hurt. Don't care whether it's 20 years now since you last saw her or you last met her or you last spoke to her. Go and look for her and pray she's not dead. Pray she's still alive. Otherwise, hey, I don't know what hope you still have in this life.
This is straight up facts though. Ladies, if a dude ever plays you, he will get his karma, even if you don't see it. I have a theory that the pain that you inflict on other people, the emotional value of that is going to be returned back to you. What that means is his karma isn't going to be the exact same thing that he did to you. It's going to be the emotional equivalent of that. Let's say he plays you, and it hurts so bad to have lost what he took from you. Instead of his karma being him losing the person that he really loves, he loses his job instead, because that was the emotional equivalent of what he took from you. Now, you may not see it because he's not public about the fact that he lost that job, but his karma did come to him in a way that was not seen by the public. And so you might be sitting there like, dang, he never got his karma. Yes, he did. And there's a lot of other things that could have happened to this person that you did not see.
Karma's a real thing, you know. You think you can do all of these bad actions in life and just get away with them. Every action has a consequence. If you're out there boring up bare man, cheating on bare people, breaking bare hearts, doing all of these disgusting things, it's gonna catch up to you at one point or another in your life, you know. Because I'll be honest, people think that they can just do all of these wrong things and get away with it. Like, it's not gonna catch up to them sooner or later. Brother, when there's people out here that die after doing, you have to just say, multiple disgusting things in this life, yeah, do you think that's just for no reason? Do you think that, you have to say, it just happened to magically die for no reason and that there was no reason behind it? No, it's because of karma. Some of you lot don't fear karma, fam. By all means, carry on what you're doing, because who am I? I'm not here to tell you to stop doing what you're doing in your life, innit? But just remember that karma is a real thing, and that whatever you do to someone else can always happen to you. No one's exempt from consequences, you know what I'm trying to say? I know you lot have heard that one famous phrase when you was younger, what goes around comes around, but literally, just remember karma is real, fam.
Ladies, sometimes a man will hurt you so bad, and from the outside looking.
This is for the driven, for those ready to do the thing. Enroll for fall at lonestar.edu/do-the-thing.
Harbor Freight Tools are working hard in real garages across America, like at Nico's Automotive Shop in
6 years ago, the girl I loved more than anything on the entire planet broke up with me. I was absolutely shattered.
What's your deepest regret? The day I had to divorce my wife. Why is it a deep regret? That's when my life went into a spiral.
I don't think there's anything worse than realizing you hurt someone you truly love really, really bad.
So guys, in this video, we're gonna be watching what men are saying. Remorseful? Are they regretting, or they don't even care? Guys, that is what we are gonna be watching in this video. Let's start.
6 years ago, the girl I loved more than anything on the entire planet broke up with me. I was absolutely shattered, devastated, heartbroken. The world had ended as far as I was concerned. I did nothing for weeks but sit in a fetal position and cry. I couldn't eat, sleep, or drink, and with what little energy I had to muster, I begged and belted, why couldn't you tell me? Why didn't we talk about this if these things were bothering you so much? She did. The breakup did not come out of nowhere. She'd been telling me for a long time. I was just unself-aware enough to let it sink in. Until about 2 months later. I wasn't crying as much, but I definitely was still shattered. I was going through some photos because that's just what you do. And I found this one that we took 4 days before the breakup. Because I wanted to see, like, where can I pinpoint where it all went wrong? 4 days before the breakup. We went to this little beach town and went to dinner, and we went to the beach, and I'm smiling, goofing it up. I'm just having a great time. And I took some selfies of us. I'll never forget this feeling. I looked at it, and I really looked at it, and I was like, she is tired. She's drained. Her glow is gone. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally exhausted. And in that moment, so many things came rushing back to me that she had been telling me all along, and I just didn't hear. I robbed her of her peace for way too long. My anxious attachment, my insecurities, my need for control. She wasn't herself. She couldn't be herself around her friends, her family. She wasn't herself. And she was tired. She was unaligned. And it hit me like a ton of bricks in that moment that not only was I the issue, but now I've got some shit to work on. I'll forever be grateful for her for doing what she did, because I know it was tough. She told me years later how excruciatingly tough it was to break up with me, but she did the right damn thing, and she stood true to her alignment and her spirit. And in my case, I spent the last 6 years on my healing journey, which I am unbelievably proud of.
Every guy has that one girl that they fumbled, bro. They fumbled so hard and they still think about it till this day. Like, the babe fit the criteria. For some reason, you're just too cocky. You just didn't care about her, bro. They didn't treat her good. And then when she left, that's when you actually felt it. And you don't realize what you got until she's gone. Like, when you had her, you was just, you just link her, not treat her nice. Then when she goes, you realize, like, damn, how good you had it, bro. You had it good. You just be laying in bed and like, just hands behind your back, looking in the ceiling like, yo, I fumbled the biggest bag, bro. Like, this girl was perfect. I'm a dickhead. It's like, you can't even blame the girl. You gotta blame yourself, because she didn't do nothing wrong, but you did. You did everything wrong, bro. Like, that's the saddest part about it. You can't blame anyone else. You have to take it in and be like, yo, I fumbled that bag. I fumbled it. I know some of you man still to this day still think about that one babe, fam. I know you man still like you reminisce. You wish you could go back in time and stop and just stop. Actually treat the babe nicely. What's your deepest regret?
The day I had to divorce my wife.
Why is it a deep regret?
That's when my life went into a spiral. I was living life of, just like a drifter, and I'm just so tired of just drifting life. I just want to get my stuff together and just do the right thing, man.
Did you try to patch things up with her?
I've tried, but it was like a real nasty divorce. Today and day, at least I'm able to at least speak to her, at least,
we speak here and there. So
If you had one message to her right now, what would it be?
I'm so very sorry for everything that I put you through. It's gonna be a better day tomorrow. Just wait to see.
Do you have any advice for people maybe going through what you went through?
When you love something, hold on to it. You don't know what you have until you lost it. They don't come better than that sometimes. Yeah.
I don't think there's anything worse than realizing you hurt someone you truly love really, really bad. Someone very undeserving of that hurt. Living a life of sin has caused me to hurt so many people in so many different ways. And I hurt the person I wanted to spend the rest of my life with so bad that they would never look at me the same. The fact that I hurt this girl multiple times and she tried to help me change, forced me to change multiple times. She gave me many chances to change multiple times, and I never did multiple times. It has caused me to begin in a downward spiral in life and all that. And the hurt I bestowed upon her has come full circle right back at me. I'm hurting because I hurt. I'm hurting because I hurt. The way I'm feeling now, she felt 10 times worse through my actions. How could I ever see myself the same, knowing that? Will I ever stop hurting? I don't know. Will she ever forgive me? I don't know. But what I know is there is no feeling as acknowledging that you hurt someone undeserving of it. That is one of the worst feelings ever. And it sucks. It's like,
I still miss her years later, even though I've had many relationships since then. Her laugh, the adoring look she'd give me, smart, funny, and sexy as hell, but I miss her laugh the most. I thought she was holding me back because she was 7 years younger than me, and when I was approaching 30, I wasn't where I wanted to be in life. Instead of getting my shit together, I blamed her for it. Convinced myself we were better off going our separate ways, and when I realized how important and how special she was, it was too late. She found someone else. Sayings like, you don't know what you have until it's gone, really hits hard nowadays. I'm almost half a year out of losing the woman I know deep down I should have married if I realised what I did now. With that being said, time has made me realise and understand that I didn't deserve her. She was the most amazing woman I have ever met, loved me unconditionally, and I pissed it away thinking I could do better. I didn't treat her...
Okay, it's just a laxative.
Relax. It's Miralax. It works with the water in your body for gentle relief.
Why some men fail to recognize the severity of a relationship problem before?
Nothing will scar a man more in his life than realizing he let a good woman go. For why he did it, insecurity, jealousy, not feeling good enough, it will literally haunt him for the rest of his life watching that woman get the man that she deserves to be with because he just simply could not step up to the plate.
I don't believe this. They don't care. Maybe they are sorry because they cannot manipulate her anymore. But self-regret or self-awareness. Most men don't let women go. Women leave because they think they can find better. This is coming from a man. And you and I know that this is not always the case. Women don't easily leave men that are treating them well. Women don't easily leave relationships where they find peace, happiness, and tranquility. That is a rare occurrence. So what exactly is this man saying?
She's a great woman. Ain't nobody gonna keep letting her go like that. She made a promise to me. She's like, you'll never see me again.
And she
until
kept
I'm
it.
Married and pregnant. And I haven't seen her since.
Did you learn from that?
Yes. That was probably the one. And I'm probably gonna just have to settle from here on out.
There's no worse feeling than trying to get your girl back and you realize you can't get her back. Like when you try to get her back and then she's just not having it, bro. She's not having it. And it's even worse when it's like, oh, that shit you did, like shit like that. Oh man, like it's definitely over. It's definitely over. And it makes it worse when you realize who they're friends with and you realize they're gonna be outside. They're gonna be outside. And then you realize maybe you shouldn't have done what you did to even like go and shit. Yeah, that's like, it hurts.
I swear, it hurts, man. Especially, like you said, the friends be outside, they be traveling. I'm just like, damn, I know she's gone. I said I still got feelings for you. She said, I don't know what you want me to do about that. That's a good response. What was he expecting her to do? To run back into his arms and have him treat her badly the way he treated her before? The bitter truth is, men don't change overnight. They are coming back to ask you to get back into the relationship, not because they have changed. Just know that, bruh, I haven't dreamed this consistently since we broke up. She is in every single dream.
You know, one of the worst parts is when you lose her. She gave me multiple chances. And what I mean by that is, she told me what was bothering her. I ignored it. She told me I disrespected her. I ignored it. She caught me in a lie. I lied and ignored it. I just kept on ignoring everything because I felt like she would never leave me. The moment she left is when I realized I ignored everything that was bothering her, and she was giving me multiple chances before she would leave. And the moment she left, I wish I never ignored anything that she asked me to do.
Initial steps, it's all emotion. It's all ego talking. Like, man, what? Man, get your shit, make a deal about it. I don't care about none of this. I'm good. And then she leaves.
She really do.
And then you get to be sitting down and you know, set in that reality of like, holy shit, my life looks drastically different without her in it. When you got you a solid one, bro, do what you gotta do. Now, you may not have the information on how, but if you are willing to work with her and chop it up with her and y'all bump y'all heads together to figure it out, instead of doing what most dudes do, man, I'm just gonna go my own separate way, get away from me, I'm gonna go fix. No. Come to her, y'all cry, y'all argue.
This is a valid question from a woman, she said. Why is this realized when it's too late? I mean, from a woman, again, they don't think about this until it's too late. When I'm done, I'm out. The moment you realize that you lost a good woman and that she was the woman you should have married, but you kept entertaining other women and having meaningless conversations. No, she's gone. Leave.
Rhythm Energy's power shift electricity plan is shipped by use to cheap hours and save. Now that's the shift.
I don't expect anybody to watch this. This is just going to be me kind of like vomiting my feelings out into the universe. But I'm 41 years old, and if I could give one piece of advice to women who are younger than me, it would be this. Please decenter men, sis. Please, bestie. Decenter the men, and don't look back. Please, focus on yourself. Focus on your career. Focus on your hobbies, your silly TV shows, your friendships, your career, your education, literally anything except for men. Because I have wasted 20 years of my life in these shitty relationships with men that just treated me like varying degrees of shit and garbage. And the good news is that I'm done now, and I'm never ever gonna do it again. And I really am just done with dating men forever. And luckily I'm bisexual, so I don't ever have to, that doesn't mean that I can never date anybody again. And I'm sure that dating women comes and, any non-men comes with its own set of problems. I'm sure that it does. But yeah, I truly, my ex is just one of those guys that wants to call himself a feminist and wants to tell himself that he's a good person. And he's not, he's a fucking piece of shit, and he wasted, a year and a half of my life. He's my age, and, he clearly did not ever see a future with me in the relationship, but he kept me around and basically used me for like emotional support, emotional labor, free therapy. I don't know what. It surely wasn't sex, because we weren't having sex because his dick doesn't work. That's right, his dick doesn't work. And so, yeah, then he and I were he discarded me in a breakup, which, like, I am going to fucking tell that story. Like, you better believe shit will be aired out now. Whether people want to hear it or not, that's fine. It's fine. Whew. But he discarded me in like a really shitty, sudden way after we've been together for a year, and then acted like he still wanted to be friends. And it was a big mistake not cutting access off to him when he did that. Like, it was a big fucking mistake. And I know that now. But yeah, so we were friends, and he basically was like my best friend, which is just so sad and pathetic on my part. Don't ever make a straight cis man your best friend. Please don't do that, because they are not good friends. And, you know, he was just using me as a placeholder, and he started dating this like friend of his that he had feelings for. They've been together for 3 months. He took her to meet his family for Christmas. I never met his family in the year that we were together. Like, you guys, when they value a woman and see a future with her and genuinely like her, they move and behave differently. And it's just devastating to see that. I don't want to be with him. He's a bad partner. Being with him is basically signing up to be his fucking hospice nurse, because he doesn't take care of his health and he has a chronic health condition. And again, can't stress this enough, his dick doesn't work. I don't want to be with him, but just the knowledge that I poured so much of my energy and time and love into this fucking relationship, for him to turn around and be, you know, treating this woman more seriously than he treated me in the year that we were together, and the year and a half when he was wasting my fucking time, is just like, I want to set things on fucking fire. I'm so fucking pissed. And if you're like a younger woman watching this, like, please, just like for me, please, like, you can date them, but like, do not center them, do not prioritize them. Let them come and go as they may, and always put yourself first, because I promise you they will put themselves first.
2 months later, bro, 2 months later, it's been 2 fucking months, and he's proposing to me. What the fuck? What? He was just in my fucking bed, bro. He was just in my fucking bed 2 months ago. 2 months ago. And he's fucking proposing to her. I don't understand that. Oh my fucking ass fucking here.
What is a girl supposed to do when their boyfriend leaves them for not another woman, not another man, but another couple, and he's now in a throuple, or whatever you call it? I don't even know what to call something like that. I don't even know if, like, is it fully legal? I don't know. I just don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel. He booked a trip while we were still together to his family vacation home with just this couple. And then 3 days after he broke up with me, he booked another trip to go visit them in their home country. And then I just found out yesterday, which is why it's becoming really fresh again, is I just found out that he moved in with them. So the 3 of them live together now. So apprehensive to move in with me in our long-term relationship, but then moves in with this throuple. I literally can't make this up. I genuinely am like questioning everything I've ever done to like land me in this moment right now, because when I heard the news from a friend of a friend that he moved in with them yesterday, I lost my fucking shit. I crashed out for sure. He was so close with this couple that he would do everything with, and when I started to question it, I'm like, okay, you guys are a little like inappropriately close. I start to question it in our relationship, and like he broke up with me because I was like questioning it so much. And it turns out like it was for a reason. Like I had reason to be concerned at the amount of time he was spending with this couple. It's just the weirdest thing and the weirdest dynamic, and I'm like, so I'm at the point now. Yesterday I crashed out. I'm at the point now where I'm like laughing at it, I think. I hope. But if anybody else has experienced this or anything, please let me know. Please. So I know I'm not the only one in this fucked up situation. Thank you.
Ladies, today we are going to be talking about a painful truth that some women learn a little too late. Some men will happily
of 6 years was cheating on me. And boy, does that fucking suck. I have had a week of trying to just be strong. Just trying to be strong. And not crying, because I don't like to cry. Crying is ghetto. Ooh-wee. But being an us-a-we for so long, it's going to be such an adjustment. And just doing this for this amount of time, it hurts. God, it hurts so bad, I just randomly just start crying at random times throughout the day. Oh, and I'm trying to get all my tears out now because today is the big day. I'm throwing my stuff out of our place, or his place now. A boyfriend who has cheated on me in the past, but I didn't take it the way that I didn't take this breakup, because this one really hurts. Because I really thought that I was going to spend my life with this man. I mean, thought I was. I'm spending my life with him. Being with somebody for 6 years and untangling yourself from them, it is hard. And I'm crying in my car in the parking lot because I feel like this is the only place that I can get some peace right now. Oh. And the windows are super see-through, so everybody knows I'm crying in my car.
I finally found me a girl cool enough to last until I find a girl I really want. She cool, she a vibe, she make me smile and stuff like that.
A man in the comment section commented, and I quote, "My little rest stop." If you think these men are unaware that they're wasting 4, 5, 6 years of your life, a decade of your life, please understand that one of the reasons why they're with you is because, like he said, you cool. You a real vibe. And they especially love the fact they see you. They notice you auditioning for a ring that they never planned to give you. He's not with you this long because he loves you. He's with you this long because he doesn't hate you. And there's a difference. He knows he's using you as a placeholder, but he'll never tell you that because the last thing he needs you to key his car, slash his tires, or bust his windows. Low-key, men are afraid of women, especially a woman who's upset about her time being wasted. This is how a man can be with a woman and never even discuss the word marriage. Not even so much as give that woman a promise ring. But he can meet and marry a new woman in less than 6 months. Like that commenter said, sometimes they will use you as a rest stop. He knows you don't want to cut your losses after being with him for 5 years, and that's how he's going to get that 6th year out of you, and the 7th, and the 8th.
4 things a man will tell you when he's wasting your time. Number 1, I like where we are right now. Let's not make things complicated and enjoy the moment. Number 2, I really want to make sure that we're a good fit. So let's keep on getting to know each other so that we don't jump into anything too early. Number 3, we shouldn't put labels on anything. Let's just see where the future takes us. And number 4, I've been hurt in the past, so I don't want to jump into anything too soon because I'm protecting my heart. Don't believe that bullshit.
These are 3 things that dudes will say when they're about to waste your time. I just want to go with the flow. I don't want anything serious. Let's see where things go. What this really means is I want the most out of you by giving you the least in return. Whatever you have to offer, I'll take it, but I'm not going to give you what it is that you're looking for. You want commitment, you want communication, you want something serious. You're not going to get it consistently from a dude that tells you this. What a lot of men will do is they'll tell women exactly what it is that they want to hear just to buy them enough time to get exactly what it is that they want. Another phrase that they use when they're about to waste your time is, I don't know what I want, I just want to see where things go. We know exactly what we want. We ain't stupid, but we will play the dumb card. And in a lot of cases, women believe it. That's why we continue to play the dumb card, because women keep giving into it. A lot of women listen to what a dude says and it sounds wonderful. They paint a beautiful picture for the future, and women unfortunately fall for the potential instead of the actuality of who the man is. And this is exactly why men continue to lie over and over and tell them things that sound nice to keep them hooked, to get what they want from the woman. Trust me, as a man, all it takes is a few interactions, a few conversations, and we know exactly what it is that we want from a woman or with a woman. It doesn't take us months. And another phrase that they use to buy themselves time to get what they want is, I just wanna vibe and see what happens. It doesn't take a few months to vibe with somebody. It takes literally a fucking date. It doesn't take long. So if a man tells you, I just want to vibe and see what happens, just know he's not going to take you serious. That's his way of saying, I'm not going to commit to you, but I want you to give me everything that I'm looking for from you. Some dudes will never commit to you, and they'll never give you what you want, but they'll gladly take what you have to offer. Those are leeches, and they always use these three phrases. Be very careful when they say shit like this, because there's an agenda behind it.
Signs he's wasting your time. Welcome to the news. Number one, he treats you differently in private and in public. In private, you feel wanted. In public, you feel hidden. A man who sees.
Many women assume all men want younger women, but thousands of men online are saying the exact opposite. These are the reasons why some men prefers older women to younger women.
The prophet told me that I'm going to get married to a white woman, and here she is. When they gave me that prophecy, they told me that I'm going to get married to a white woman, that he should not worry about the woman. That's how it's meant to be. I believe in God, so that's why I believe that prophecy. We got married October 16, 2024. I never imagined I would date someone older than me. Some will say, you're married to your grandma, she's too old for you. Someone said, I'm a toy. Our wedding picture went viral. People thought I was Fireboy. They were calling me Fireboy. They said Fireboy got married to his sugar mommy. All the bloggers in this country put outside. Even when she traveled to the States, she went to the store, people were telling her they saw her online.
But he was referred to as Fireboy, and I was referred to as unknown Caucasian woman in her 80s.
The vagina starts to mature between 29 for early bloomers and 35 for late bloomers.
Really?
Yes, and that's why you find
mature
women mature in regards to the structure of it and then the texture and how it feels. And that's why you find women who are in their 40s will always have tastier vaginas than women in their 20s.
Tastier.
And people who can confirm this are the younger guys who are going for the older women, who are apparently called cougars. These are facts. These are just facts.
They've just realized that that's what the cool days.
Yes, but now the problem is the men who are supposed to be viewing this older, mature woman as that seductive woman who has endless passion and taste, they have a different perception. They call her my wife, mother of my children. And you know what happens to a lot of African men when they go down that road? You start looking at her different. She's no longer your sex kitten or your playmate. She's now your respectable woman in the house. She's the house manager and you go out to look for money. She's also looking for money as well. Women also do their thing. But now your perception of her changes over time. When other men are still looking...
Talk a little bit more about that.
As other men are looking at her like, God damn, that woman is sexy. It doesn't matter whether she has 3 kids, 6 kids, but for you, because she has 3 kids, the sexiness in her has left. You don't find her unattractive. You just don't find her sexually attractive. You love this woman. She's your pal. You actually hug when you go to sleep. You wake up, you kiss her forehead, whatever you do. But the sex has minused because your perception of her has changed. And that will not change in our sitting rooms unless we change our old-fashioned traditions. It's very unfortunate, but today I meet girls who are 25. She was married when she was 21. If you ask her husband, that 25-year-old, she's being categorized like the auntie and the mother. She's in that category. Yet that guy
and yet she has not matured, like you say.
Exactly. But other men are looking at her like she's still 21. Even a woman who's 38 who has kids Other men are looking at her, you are flavored pussy. I want you. But the husband's going like, no. That's my wife.
5 reasons why dating an older woman can change your life. Number 1, emotional maturity. These ladies have a strong sense of self, good communication skills, and typically a high emotional IQ. They're less likely to play games and more likely to be direct about what they want. Number 2, stability and independence. They already have their own career, routine, and life structure. They don't need someone to complete them. They want a partner, not a project. This creates a low pressure, low drama dynamic. Number 3, confidence and self-awareness. With time comes self-confidence. These ladies know what they want, know what they like, and aren't afraid to say it. This makes dating way smoother, and of course, confidence is very attractive. Number 4, better communication about wants and boundaries. They're more clear about their expectations in dating and relationships, whether it's goals, intimacy, or emotional needs. The transparency that comes from this makes everything easier. Number 5, they bring experience in life and in romance. Typically with experience comes growth, right? So these ladies are more grounded, better at navigating conflict, and typically more understanding. They bring a deeper level of connection and conversation.
There's a new trend out there where a lot of guys are actually dating, getting into relationships, and even marrying women who are 5, 10, or even 20 years older than they are. And so why is this happening right now? One of the big reasons why guys are doing this is because when they date older women, there tend to be a lot less games involved. And so if he sees her and she likes him, he usually knows it. He doesn't have to jump around like a dancing monkey trying to figure out like what's going on with her. And so it can be very relieving to a lot of guys. It's a lot more straightforward. It's easier to deal with than dealing with younger women who a lot of times they don't know what they want. They don't know if they should show them interest. They don't have a lot of experience there. And so a lot of guys are dating older women as a result.
Younger men love older women. How do I know? Because I'm married to one. I'm in Cougar Town, baby. I got the ring. I got the passport. It's where I live. I'll give you 3 reasons why young men love older women. Number 1, it's all about confidence, baby. Y'all, don't listen to my voice. But seriously, confidence. We have a certain type of je ne sais quoi that cannot be copyrighted, duplicated, imitated. Babe, we're not chasing attention. We command it, and that is magnetic. Who doesn't want to be with somebody who just knows who they are? I do. Another reason why young men love older women, we're emotionally intelligent. We nurture, we love, not in a mothering way, because some of them be looking for mamas, and that's not who we are. But we know how to communicate. We know how to pull things. We know how to speak to their best self. And again, cannot be imitated, cannot be duplicated. How we listen, how we communicate, how we respond to things, not from an emotional place, not from a place of insecurity, but from a place of understanding, a place of maturity, a place of wisdom. And lastly, it's our aura, baby. It's the vibes. Being around us is fun. Not only are we stable, we bring wisdom, but we have a little bit of what I like to call life. We've lived life. I always tell my husband, I've lived a lot of lives before we got together, but it's good because I'm able to give him my experience.
We're challenging the standard of what comes standard with the next generation.
See, y'all have been asking me this question for a bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and cook for y'all real quick. The question of the day is, why are older men only seeking after younger women nowadays? Why are older men only seeking after and trying to date younger women nowadays? They want a doormat. Short and sweet answer, they want a doormat. And a lot of those older men, they try to hide it and disguise it in a way where, man, these younger women, man, they don't come with all of the baggage, they don't come with the trauma, they don't come with all that drama, they're not set in their ways, and they're easier to mold into a doormat. They want to mold a young woman into a doormat. And it's intimidating. It's hard on them to date a woman that's their age range, because the woman that's their age range is tapped into what I call God-ordained woman's intuition. They can spot it from a mile off. They know the trickery, they know the manipulation tactics, and they will call you out on it. And they don't want to deal with that. So they'll rather deal with a young woman that has not tapped into her divine, feminine, God-ordained woman's intuition. They haven't seen the mind games. They haven't faced the trickery yet. So they're easier to mold. They're easier to manipulate. You didn't see what you just saw, young woman. You didn't see what you just saw. And they put you back into the sunken place. Y'all remember that movie, Men in Black? Will Smith, he used to have that flashlight with a little beamer stick and flash it and make people forget what they just saw and convince them that they didn't see aliens. They didn't just deal with UFO phenomenons and all that. That's what they do with these younger women. And don't be a younger woman and you don't have your dad in your life, you don't have no masculine father figure, anything like that. Oh man, that makes it even better. That makes it even easier. I can isolate you from your family. I don't have to deal with no masculine energy or none of that stuff. I can isolate you, I can manipulate you, I can financially abuse you and just have you and mold you to be under my wing. And a lot of them don't want to admit that. A lot of these older men, they're on this passport bro energy, but they don't have the passport bro money and resources. They're on this passport bro energy, but they don't have the passport bro money. Meaning they may be on child support, they may be on papers or something like that, so they can't go overseas. So they'll get with the young woman over here that they can easily mold into a doormat.
Some older men date younger women because they're easier to manipulate. Let's just be real about this thing. If a man deliberately looks for a partner with less life experience, less confidence, and little to no boundaries because he believes that she'll be easier to influence and control, that's not romance, that's a power play. Any man who feels powerful by choosing a woman he thinks won't be brave enough to stand up to him isn't a mature man. That's an insecure and narcissistic man.
I think the reason why a lot of older men gravitate towards women in their early 20s isn't necessarily because they look younger or they're prettier. I think there's just more of them. If you round up 10 girls in their 20s, probably half of them at least are gonna look good and be single. If you round up 10 women in their late 30s, early 40s, probably 3 out of 10 of them are still gonna look good for their age. And of those 3 or 4 that look good for their age, how many are going to be single? 1? You know what I mean? It's just a bigger dating pool for younger women, for dudes my age. I like women my age, okay? But there's just not a lot of there's just not a lot of them available. I know some beautiful, perfect women, and they're married, dude. I just came from... They're all taken. That's the only problem. Whereas a lot of younger women aren't taken yet. It's not that I prefer younger women, they're just what's available, dude. I'm not complaining now, but I'm just saying, it's not like we're creeps and just wants to have some fetish for a younger woman. It's just they're more available. And the ones that are single and around seem to get, a lot of times are pretty jaded, man. You know, they just got out of a divorce. They have kids, which I don't mind them having kids. And I don't mind them being divorced. It's the emotional baggage they carry from the divorce, man. You find me a woman around my age that's single, good looking, healthy, happy, perfect.
So many older men are dating younger women because it's a status symbol for them. They need the recognition from their peers, from people that know them and don't know them. Yes, it could be because of the physical beauty and the attraction. Yes, it could be because of their midlife crisis, midlife awakening. And they need that younger energy, that vibrancy in their lives. Yes, it could be because of their ego or high narcissistic traits. It could be a number of reasons, but the primary reason is because they need the recognition from their peers. They need their peers to know that they can accrue and accumulate high quality resources. And that aesthetic beauty isn't just a high quality resource, it's telling the world that you matter, that you're important. So many many of these men, not all of them of course, but so many of these men are coming and living from a wounded place. They're objectifying a human person, not because they want to hurt that person. More often it's not because of that. It's because they're so ruptured inside. And that is the only way they know to feel better. It's an empty world and it's a void that they're feeling because they're not doing their inner work. They're not connected to their own true sense of self-worth. And they need the validation of others to help them feel better, to help them feel of value and utility. As we get older, we feel that we love less utility, so we have to flaunt our resources and we become attracted to what is youthful and vibrant. Thoughts? Agree? Disagree?
Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Maxine, and if you're a returning viewer and subscriber, thank you for always coming back. Thank you for all the love and support that I've been getting on this channel. As you can see from the title in today's video, we are going to be looking at why older men should
There is no way a man just commented on my last post and said, beyond expired, because a woman and I were talking about how it only gets better with 30s and 40s. He's commenting saying that when women turn 40, we're expired. Beyond expired, not just expired, we're beyond.
Do men get messages like this from women? Remember, marriage is a humanitarian ritual, and they wonder why there is a male loneliness epidemic.
I remember I was talking to one of my coworkers before. It was a 40-year-old man, and he told me once you turn 30, nobody's gonna want you anymore. Mind you, I was 21 when he was telling me this. And he said, once you turn 30, nobody's gonna want you anymore, and that women age like milk.
Does anyone else have this idea that like women can't do anything after 30? That thought is so ingrained in me that it's actually sad. I feel like I'm not actively doing things I want to do because I'm like, well, it's almost over for me soon.
I was told I'll be virtually invisible to men after 25. Now at 32, I get more attention than ever, and the majority of it is from good men who are intentional about relationship. No, and I highly dislike this way of societal thinking. You were a child longer than you've been an adult. You've been an adult for a decade, and you spent the decade navigating adulthood for the first time, and likely still don't even have it figured out.
As a lady, when you are 20 years of age, you are 20 years now, you have 10 years left to be officially old. You are 20 years of age as a girl, as a lady, you have 10 years left. Once you are 30 years, officially, you are very old.
Women, what part of nature don't you understand? Your best years is 18 to 30. After 30, you're half off.
I have spoken about this topic before. I have used the very last video clip before. It's way longer than that. He went on to say women are on the shelf, no one wants us. He said a whole lot of nasty things. I'm 37 and living my finest life. This dude eats a melted tube of ice cream. We are all half off, says the man who looks like a thumb.
And one of their husbands looked at me and they're like, oh, how old are you? So I'm like, oh, I'm almost turning 30 or whatever. And he's like, oh, that's fine. You have a couple of years. And I'm like, what's going to happen in a couple of years? Like, am I going to just like, is there going to be something on my forehead that says expired or like?
I mean, you're pretty much close to it already.
Expired!
Geriatric pregnancies at 35, and if you was in China, you'd be a leftover woman.
As you age, you will be replaced just like an upgrade of a new phone. Ladies, your time is quite literally running out. You're dating these rich men and you are a business transaction. There's only so long you can live in a self-entitled bubble where you believe that you deserve everything that you're getting in life for free just because you're pretty. By the time you hit 30 and you're being replaced, you're left with a whole load of baggage and no other man will want you because you haven't worked through anything whatsoever, because you have zero resilience and you have been so accustomed to just getting a free walk in life. Time will catch up with you.
This comment is coming from a man. They literally had their best lives since childhood up to 30, while a man's life means like hell before 30. Even animals find mates. Nature always catches up.
I'm gonna start by saying this, ladies. What is most appealing about y'all is determined by us. If you're a heterosexual woman that like men, then what matters is what we think. Does that make sense? Men are attracted to a woman's purity, a woman's beauty, a woman's femininity, sweetness, her ability to give us peace. And the older a woman gets, these things decrease. Now, not always, but most of the time that's what happens. As one ages, more wear and tear on the body, more experiences with men, a lot of emotional baggage that comes into a relationship that it's not fair for the new guy to have to deal with. A lot of trauma being carried on from previous relationships, so the younger the better, to be honest.
30 years old, and you still clubbing, and you have no children, and you're a woman, you are considered a leftover in the United States.
How are women reacting to all these lies? Obviously, we know men are lying. They are saying all these things because they are angry at women, because they got rejected, they are bitter, they are aggressive, they are vengeful. That's why men say things like this to women, especially those men that cannot accept rejection. So how are women reacting? What are women saying about this? Let's have a look.
So now I'm over 30, that means, dun dun dun, I'm expired. Or at least that's what the men keep telling me in my comments. So a lot of women might think, oh no, I actually don't think a lot of women think that. However, they think that we think that. They think we are absolutely devastated by men not wanting us anymore. Now, I'm 33, so I'm just wondering when the invisibility to men starts. Does that mean then soon I'll be able to walk down the street and not get catcalled? Does that mean that men will stop sexualizing me soon? Does that mean when I'm walking down the street and there's a group of guys, I won't have to cross the street or look busy on my phone anymore? Does that mean that I can go out to a bar and not have to worry about my drink being spiked? If so, then I can't wait to be expired. I can't wait to live a life.
Yeah, I posted this over on Threads. If they leave you thinking that the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, then they can't be mad when someone else starts watering the lawn that they chose to neglect. A lot of narcissistic and toxic people will leave you for somebody else, right? They'll leave you and go out there and find a new supply. And when that relationship doesn't work out, they'll try to come back to you, right? And they will have the audacity to be pissed off at you because you moved on. I'm sorry, it's silly. I know I did. I know I moved on. I know I might have left you for somebody else, but I didn't try to break your heart like you did mine. Wow, I can't believe you didn't sit and cry about me and think about me every single day. Wow, you must have really never cared about me. After they left you for somebody else, they don't get the right to be angry at you when somebody else starts watering the lawn that they neglected, making the original grass greener than they thought it was, right? But at the end of the day, if they left you for somebody else and they try to come back into your life, fuck them. And that's all I have to say on the matter. Follow me over there on the other app.
The person sent to initiate a soul tie and break you is now losing their mind because they see you moving on. So by now you have the understanding that not everyone that comes into your life, romantic-wise, is there to build an emotional connection. Some people, they come into your life to either drain you, to distract you, or to either just kind of pull you away from the mission. And the thing about these two, the thing about this too is a large percentage of the time these people will be pursuing you first, which makes the experience all the more confusing. But as soon as they pursued you, you gave them the energy, they pulled back, it hurt you. Some of you guys learned from the first time, some of you guys are in a cycle, but eventually you learn your lesson, you walk away, you're like, I'm not playing games. But as soon as they feel that soul tie sever, as soon as they feel as if you aren't going to come back, they feel that internally. And once that happens, they're gonna try to come back to you either by texting you, hitting you up on social media, giving you bait or something like that. But this last time, it's like you finally figured it out. So now you're not going back to that person. And the people that sent your way to do these things to you, they thrive off control. And you walking away was the biggest power move you had in this situation. Not even saying that you're playing the game, but this is how they kind of view it. They lose the control and they get very obsessive, they get very crazy, and you have this person like losing their mind because what you did was called a return to sender. So all that little witchcraft and spell that they were doing on you, now you taking your power back has that witchcraft bouncing back at that person, and they are going crazy.
Ladies, why would a man that you had a situationship get upset when you cut him off and get in a relationship with another guy, right? A lot of you girls get in situationships with a guy, he never fucking opens up to you about how much he likes you, never tells you that he wants to be with you, and then what happens is you're talking to another guy on the side, you cut that dude off, and then you get in a relationship with him, and now that fucking guy's angry and upset. Why? Because that dude right there actually liked you the whole time. But a lot of men like that dude are afraid of voicing it. Because men like that dude have been hurt in the past, right? They have been hurt in the past, and now they haven't been able to heal from their trauma, okay? And this is the problem in society, is that a lot of men need to understand that it's okay to open up. It's okay to voice how you feel to a girl. It's okay to be rejected. It's okay to get heartbroken. That's a part of life. And unfortunately, that guy hasn't understood that yet. And that guy has lost a lot of girls because of that shit.
When you and your ex break up, and this is not all the times, but some of the times when, say he called off the relationship or whatever the case is, when he's still in love with you, oh, he's gonna be Jeepers Creeping on you. He's gonna be Joe from you, with you. He's gonna always find a way to figure out what's going on with you, because they get in this, can't take it, feel. And it's kind of like, dang, she's really moving on for real. Like, who's the new dude? Like, they want to know who your dude is. They're creating fake pages on Instagram. They create fake pages on, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever the case is, whatever social media you got, trust me, they're watching you. Especially when they know they're the ones that messed up and then they miss you. They get to the point, they get down bad. Then they start to try to date women that are just like you, that look like you, that act like you, that talk like you, maybe from the same area where you're from, maybe from the same city. He will try to find somebody that imitates you, but guess what, babe? You can imitate, but it never can be duplicated. You get what I'm saying? So when guys are obsessed with you, they look, that's not a good thing to have a guy like this, but I'm just telling you, this is some of the things that they'll do. And the crazy thing about it is, they just can't let it go. Like, sir, you let me go. I finally got the memo, and I went on about my merry little way. And now you're mad at me? How you mad at me for moving on? Because you can't move on. Men really hate when you move on. I'm talking about a man that was really in love with you. I ain't talking about no whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a man who was in love with you. They never really fall out of love with you. And that's why sometimes men be still in love with their ex-girlfriends. I'm telling you right now, you didn't hear from me. They still love their ex-girlfriends. You just a fill in, and that's terrible. A lot of men don't go get the help that they need, or they just, don't want to take it for what it is. They will always creep on that one girl. They always got that one girl that they gonna look after. They gonna make sure she okay. They gonna check in on her. They gonna be stalking her page. All the time you may see her name in the search bar if you looking at his phone. He's obsessed with her. He misses her. He don't really like you. And if that girl come back, he'll give her another chance.
Y'all know something? Nobody hates you more than the man who thought you wouldn't leave. Oh, baby, you thought, baby, I was just plotting on escape. You thought I'm about to stay here and let you cheat on me, dog me out, mentally abuse me and tell me I don't look good, or I can't do this, or I can't do that? You thought I was about to stay with you when you was cheating on me when I was pregnant? Before I was pregnant? Baby. Yeah. No man hates you more than a man who thought you was not gonna leave.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of men only gonna want you when you don't want them anymore. That's when they're gonna want you. Is when you don't no longer want them, and you all haven't figured it out yet. You all are trying so hard. You're doing so much. You're going to your way to get dragged, and as soon as you stop dealing with them, as soon as you quit, as soon as you walk away, is when they keep bringing their raggedy asses back, telling you, hey, queen, I miss you, queen. You wouldn't want to let get away because you all haven't figured it out. A lot of men that you are dealing with, a lot of men that are your type, are the men who only want you when you stop. Because it's not that they want you, they just like the chase of you. That's all it is. Right. And finally, when you don't want them, they are addicted to you. They can't stop. They can't leave you alone. You gotta block them. Why? Because them jokers only want you when you don't want them. People like what's scarce these days. So you all keep playing this game about chasing men and putting up with all these things about men and putting up with all these behaviors and actions. Them jokers know there's an issue sometimes. They only want you when you are done. You all need to understand that.
So I just saw a video of a woman whose boyfriend broke up with her while they were sitting on the couch. And she gets up and she's like, I'm going to buy a new car. So she leaves, and 3 hours later she comes back with a brand new car. She starts filling it with her things, and she's like, I guess that's it. And he's like, I guess that's it. So she calls her male best friend, and he was like, I can't believe you just gave up on the relationship. And she was like, gave up? Some men believe that if you're not throwing up, crying, sliding down the wall, fighting the air, and grabbing them by their ankles, that you don't love them and you don't care. And sometimes they'll say things just to get a rise or a certain reaction out of you. They'll say, I don't think I love you. Or I think I want to break up. or I think I want a divorce. They want to see you crash out. And when you handle it calmly and you accept their decision, they act as if you did something wrong. I'm sure she was trying the entire relationship. But because she's not snotty-nosed crying and giving you the drama that you low-key crave, you're going to act like, you know what? She doesn't care. I don't care. You were the one that wanted it to end. Then they'll try to...
Being useless to men will change your life. Because when you're a woman, your natural instinct will be to nurture the man that you're growing feelings for. Which unfortunately is exactly what makes you so easy to take advantage of. Until you decide, today is the day, I'm done being useful to men. They will never use me. But the problem is you'll never know how to actually become useless to men until you know what they're trying to use you for in the first place, which is exactly what I'm going to reveal to you on today's show. And by the end of the show, you will be so useless to men that they won't even be able to dream of taking advantage of you in the ways that they were once so easily able to. We're going to start hot and heavy. You are done letting men use you for pleasure. I can't tell you how many private relationship questions I've received and one-on-one coaching sessions I've done with women who allow men to use them like DoorDash. I literally mean like DoorDash. That's not a mistake or a typo. You are letting these men order you to their place, and you're hot and ready like Little Caesar's Pizza within 30 minutes of them contacting you. You show up to their place, all shaved, you took an everything shower, and now you're ready for him to use you some more after you showed up at his place like DoorDash, and prioritize his pleasure because you definitely don't get any pleasure, and then he sends you on your merry way. I can't tell you how much this pains me every time I help a woman that is in the same situation. You cannot let men use you for their pleasure because they will use you until there is nothing left. And in your mind, you're going to be thinking, oh, wait, if I don't let him use me, if I don't do the things that I was doing before, like showing up to his place, like making it easy on him, like being a little bit more convenient and spontaneous, as the kids would say, when I show up to his place within 30 minutes. Now he's going to stop liking me. He's going to stop texting me. He's going to stop calling me as much. He's not going to be as interested in spending time with me or the idea of a relationship. Exactly. That is exactly right. He will stop being interested in you because he's no longer able to use you. That is exactly why we're having this show. I do not want you to be useful to men anymore. I want you to put away what is going to happen when you become useless to men. It's irrelevant. Because what's going to happen when you become useless to men is you're going to put off all the men who are trying to take advantage of you in the first place. That is exactly what we want. We do not want you surrounded by men in your life that are just trying to extract from you at all times of the day, every second of every hour, and never investing any energy back into you. We want to rid you of that.
I will never let a man use me with a capital N. Never let a man use me. Let me tell you something. I am the most unusable person ever. If you ever tell me your problem, I am gonna act as if I just heard the worst news ever, and I'm gonna ask you this simple question: what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? And I'm gonna seem so like, oh my God, like distraught, like damsel in distress, like, oh, what are you gonna do about it? It's never gonna be, what are we gonna do about it? It's never gonna be, oh my God, I can help you. Oh my God, what do you need from me? Never. It's always gonna be, what are you gonna do about it? When you make yourself seem useless, you cannot help anybody, the mooches leave. And you're giving that man the ability to be the big dog in the situation, and he can handle himself, because men don't need our help. They don't need our help. This world was meant for men to thrive. If a man needs your help, run. Literally, run. If a man needs your help, run. A man does not need a woman's help. This world is a man's world. We just got our rights 50 years ago. How could we ever help a man?
No man would ever want me. No man would ever want me because I am useless. I'm not going to sleep with you. I'm not going to give you my money. I'm not going to let you walk all over me. I'm not going to cook for you. I'm not going to clean for you. I'm not going to be your unpaid therapist. I basically bring nothing to a man except just who I am as a person which we already know that men don't care. Men don't care that a woman is a full person with her own mind and her own personality. They only care about how a woman.
Enter the Shell-Fill Lucky Sweepstakes for the chance to win $100,000 or free fuel for a year.
Secret gives 3 times more stress sweat protection. So even if your double shift stinks, you won't. Secret.
Guys, I do not want to lie to you. Like, nothing is as painful as being in a relationship with someone who doesn't want to lose you, yet he doesn't want to love you and he doesn't want to love you right. That is the most heartbreaking part, because so even if your needs are not being met in the relationship, you just have to stay because he says he'll do better, but he never does better anyway. Like, it's just the cycle of him apologizing for things and doing them again. And every time you address things, you're crazy. He tells you straight, you're crazy, there's no such a thing. Oh my God, guys. I think relationships have drained me enough, but this one, oh my God, it's literally like the worst. I'm in a relationship with somebody who constantly punishes me for what I don't know. And when I tell him I want to break up with him, he doesn't want to break up with me. It's just so painful. It hurts.
I believe by now we all know that a man staying with you, a man keeping you around doesn't mean he loves you. That man can hate your guts and he still stays in a relationship with you. You wonder why? Because you're beneficial, like it is beneficial for him. He's getting free sex, you're doing his laundry, you're doing all these things. Sometimes you look like eye candy on his arm. What women should know is that we elevate the status of men in society. Just you being by his side, his status is elevated. Because you're a good woman, you look good, people automatically think he's a good man. And that man will drag you through hell. He will put you through it, but he will never let you go. Even when you try to break it off with him, he will still claim that he loves you so much and don't leave me, I'm going to make it right. Knowing very well he doesn't love you. That man does not love you, sis. He doesn't love you. He's just using you as a placeholder. He's keeping you around, but trust me, the moment he finds the woman he really loves, the moment he finds the woman he can actually treat right, he'll dump you without even having any second thoughts. If you notice that a man does not treat you right, but for some reason he's not letting you go, that is not love. That is far from love. And we should also know that these men are scared to be lonely. They are scared to be alone. They are not like women, because in this day and era, most women have made peace with the fact that they are going to stay single and celibate and child-free. And trust me, they are fine with it. They are happy, they are living their life, they are not complaining. But men cannot believe that. You know why they can't believe that a woman can be single and child-free and celibate and happy? Because to them it is a myth. It can never happen. It is impossible. Because they can never do it. Being alone for a man is, it's like a nightmare. He can never imagine being alone for the rest of his life. He needs the energy of a woman. He needs that feminine energy. He needs to feel service, They always say, oh, I'm a man, I need sex, I can't be alone for so long because I need it, I'm a man. Men will keep you around just so they can continue taking from you, just so they can continue benefiting from the things you're offering them. But trust me, my dear, it is not love. It is far from love.
Well, it simply depends on the type of girl you are. Some guys like a girl that's just accessible, like a girl that you just go to and know they'll respond to them. And some guys just like keeping around a girl that they know will let them do anything. Like a girl that they know that they don't really gotta talk to all day, or they don't really gotta treat the best, but it's always gonna be there regardless. It's almost like a security thing. Like they go try things with other girls, but if that fails, they always gonna know they have that one girl that's always gonna be there. So they never feel really completely alone.
Three reasons why a guy will keep you around even though he does not want to take it further. The first one is your feminine energy. There is a power in the feminine energy. Many of you don't know that just being with a man makes him look good. Just being with him That's why you go and hear things like people will go to Miami and pay a woman $1,000 not to sleep with her. No, just follow me to the event. But many women don't know the value of their feminine energy, just the same way masculine energy is also very important. Number 2, sexual favors. If a man knows that you are especially a bad man, he knows that he's getting sexual favors from you, he will never break up that relationship. He knows that anytime he can call you and you will say yes sir and come to his house. All you just need is come to the club and then sex. Men don't break that relationship. Number 3, he wants a communication ship with you. You see, there are some men that they don't even want to be seen with you, but they love your mind. They love your speech. They love different things about you. So they just want to maintain you as a friend. Many men have friend zone of women, plenty. I know you think that men don't have friend zone. I call it the communication ship. The communication ship, he will keep you as a communicator. Any question you want to ask you, you are there. But he doesn't see you in that eye.
One thing that I hear a lot of women say is that if he doesn't want to be my boyfriend, then why does he keep me around? He keeps you around because you're a resource for him. And I don't want to tell you, because if I just tell you that I'm not the guy flat out, because I know I'm not the guy, but if I tell you that, then you're going to leave. But if you leave, who's going to be cooking my meals? Who's going to be picking up the laundry and washing the dishes? Who's going to be going out on dates with me?
And this is why I think that men who say that women should pick better men are disingenuous, and that most of the time they're lying and they know that they are. This man goes on to talk about how he pretends to be what she's looking for, even though he knows that he's not, because he doesn't want to lose access to the resources that she has. I talked about it before, but I do believe that men do a bit of a cost-benefit analysis where they make a determination, you know, I'm going to stay with her because whatever it is that she's providing me with, I still need that. That's why they won't leave you until they got a new relationship all lined up. Somebody's got to do that cooking and cleaning because he's not going to do it for himself. Some of these men are resource suckers, labor diggers. It's not a coincidence that when he needed you to help him with the bills or help him with his career, that you all got along beautifully. But as soon as he got wherever it is he needed to be, now all y'all do was fight. It's not a coincidence. They'll act like women are crazy when you say that he lied to me. He picked me, he was into me. He made me feel like I was the only one. They'll act like, how...
The Atomic 20-volt max grinder. If you got the cordless, you can go up there and do it and not have to worry about pulling lines for an hour.
I'm looking for a husband. Now hear me out. Hear me out. I'm looking for a straight man that would like to get married to another straight man. You can date any woman you want to. You can have many girls you want to. I don't care.
I'm looking for a straight man that I can get with, we can get together, I can get new benefits. I just want benefits for us to get together, and we can work together, and I don't gotta worry about all the bullshit in marriage. Like we can have my money together.
So you're bisexual?
No, I'm straight. I just want another straight man so we can work together. Without a bond.
Men are also living for male validation. I don't know how else to say it.
So ladies, after years of men complaining about women, saying that women bring nothing to the table and you know they are so expensive, they are always nagging and stuff, and women in response telling the men, why don't you marry a fellow man then? These men are finally choosing to take us up on the offer. They are finally admitted that they want husbands. They are looking for husbands to marry.
I'm looking for a husband. Now hear me out. Hear me out. I'm looking for a straight man that would like to get married to another straight man. You can date any woman you want to. You can have many girls you want to. I don't care. I just want a joint, 2-income household. Honestly, I'll remodel the house. I'll make it have 2 master bedrooms. I don't care. And as far as I'm concerned, you can have the master bedroom now. I'll remodel the house and then take it when it's done because we'll have 2 incomes. We can afford it. Guess what? Holidays roll around. You don't have to buy me anything. Nothing. Not for my birthday, not for Valentine's, Christmas, nothing. Let's just go have a couple beers. Doesn't that sound nice? Doesn't that sound really, really nice? It'd be nice if you cleaned up around the house. That'd be cool. But you know what? Don't care. We can get a maid. We can afford it. We'll pay a little extra, have her clean topless. Wouldn't that be nice? That'd be nice. I just want the tax benefits. I want the 2-income household and none of the problems that come along with marrying someone of opposite sex. I'm gonna be looking for a
That's
husband.
a great
so
idea,
I'll put a post
women.
out there. Get with me.
To
That
me, this
is
sounds
a great
like
idea,
they've always
women.
wanted to do this.
For
They are
us.
just more bold to now admit it on the internet
To
because
share the
all the things
bills
that
to
he's
straight
mentioning, I'll get a
women.
housemaid, like we
Mine
can
is
split the
travel.
housework and stuff. Those are the
Wow,
same things
that's a
that
great
women have
idea.
been asking you to do. For some reason, he's willing to get the housemaid to help them with the house chores when
Somebody
he gets you the
healthy
man.
like
But
me,
let a
okay?
woman say
Keep
she
up
needs
with
some help
themselves.
around the house.
All right.
Let the woman ask to hire anything done. Why do you need to hire help like you should be a woman and like
You
the
don't
same
need to be
things
no
you're
woman.
willing to
Shit,
do
I
for
like
a
that
man are the
idea.
same
Man, I'm
things
on
a
y'all.
woman has always been asking for. But we are not going to talk about that, are we?
I own my own construction. I do demolition and reconstruction.
Construction, okay. Do you have any kids?
7 boys.
You have 7 kids.
Yes.
By how many women?
3.
What are your kids' ages?
One is 24, 13, 11, 9, 6, 5, 2, then 5 and
newborn.
Probably 2.
Why not with the 2-year-old, Mom?
Oh, she upstairs.
What happened?
She's upstairs.
What's going on? What are you looking for tonight?
I'm looking for a straight man that can, so I can get with, we can get together. I can get new benefits. I just want benefits with us to be together, and we can work together, and don't gotta worry about all the bullshit in marriage. Like we get have my money to do that.
So you're bisexual?
No, I'm straight. I just want another straight man, but we can work together without all the bullshit. He can have all the good. All
I
the
like that idea, women.
We just got the
We can
partnership
share
on paper.
it. Well, like I say, I want to travel.
I'm so confused.
Drive,
So you want to have
split the bills down the middle. I'm straight. I'm not
No,
gay.
I just want somebody, a companionship.
Save our money,
you
you know, just
have
do
my
what we
money.
need
We
to
can build together,
do.
work
Buy
on
some
stuff,
land.
and we can have girls.
Ladies, how do we feel about that?
Shit, I like
Out of
that.
all the
I'm
advice
with
you've
him on
always been
that.
trying to give me, they choose the one way I would say they better
Travel or
choose each other.
anything, you do
just
whatever,
because
you
they
do
want
your
the tax
thing, you do my
benefits.
thing, but you know, we take care of the bills, we
How
take
do we
care
feel
of
about that? To me,
traveling
it's
and
kinda
land
because it's
and
like
shit, I like that.
just say the silent part out loud.
Shit, I like
You've
that
always
for
wanted to
real.
be with a man.
Which I've been talking
Like,
about
you've
that
always
with some
wanted to be
people
with a
anyway.
man. Just say it with your whole chest.
Yeah, I've been talking. I've been talking to. But she's not she's not healthy enough for me. She hasn't took care of her health, and I don't need nobody. You know what I'm saying. Need that somebody who's healthy. No kids grown like mine, and we could just go. You know what I'm saying? Get a camper or whatever and buy land, sell on our trips. Somebody's retired like myself. Baby, yeah. I like what he's saying. I don't know what they talking about.
Stop pandering to men. Them men is not gonna do you right. They is not gonna show you a good time in the room. You feel me? You is not gonna get none. You pandering for D. What is you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna start flipping the script. Shout out to Zay for giving a better example of this. That is a good idea. Maybe that's what we should start saying. You men that's pandering to men, these men are not gonna give you nothing. You trying to get your little audience up. You trying to run through men? You feel me? You trying to seek out relationships with men, bro? They not gonna give you none, bro. Stop that shit. Stop it. Okay? Because I find that funny. When a man is up here showing that he love women and respect women and, you know what I'm saying, shouting out his wife and stuff like that and going against the grain of men, calling men out, they always be like, bro, the women not going to give you none. You feel me?
But I like what
so
listen to
when
what
y'all
this man
men to
saying.
men, are y'all trying to get...
Let's go back to this other man. That's a great idea. Which I have been interviewing for that.
What happened?
She's upstairs.
What's going on? What are you looking for tonight?
I'm looking for a straight man that can, so I can get with, we can get together. I can get new benefits. I just want benefits with us to be together, and we can work together and don't gotta worry about all the bullshit in marriage.
Men do that all the
Like
time.
we can have my money
You're
together.
bi- so you're
Don't be gay.
bisexual.
No, I'm straight. I just want another straight man so we can work together.
Bills, cut the bills. And
Without all the bullshit. We can, he
I
can
like
have all the
that
good, all the
myself.
girlfriends he want. I can have all the girlfriends I want. We just got the partnership on paper.
I'm so confused. So you want to have, so are you you're not bisexual?
No, I just want somebody, a companionship. You know me, I don't
You
have to worry
gotta
about
deal with
nobody
the
taking half my money. We can
bullshit.
build
The
together,
arguing, fussing over
work on
woman.
stuff, and we have girls.
Ladies,
You don't
how
feel
do
like
feel
all the
about
drama.
that? Out of all the advice we've always been trying
Have,
to give
you know,
men,
they both can
choose
have their own
the one way
room,
of
sex,
saying
whatever
and
they
better
want to
choose each
do.
other
But the
just
bills
because
is
they want
paid,
that tax
basically.
benefits. How do we feel about that? To me, it's kinda iffy because it's like,
I like that. Shit. He ain't being tripping.
Can't do my laundry, then I'd rather marry a fellow man, because then we'd have a lot of interesting things to talk about, like football, etc. If all it took is a woman saying that she doesn't want to do your laundry for you to say, you know, I'd rather marry a man, then don't let your wife keep you from finding your husband, okay? Because that's what you already want to do.
He got that
Some of
from.
these men are so.
He got that from that movie. What was that movie where they played gay and so they can get income tax and all that kind of stuff? Hey, in America, baby, get over it the way you can get over. Okay? Do you. Okay? Because it ain't no joke out here. I like his idea. I do. I've been interviewing myself. Shit. For real. I just need somebody healthy like me, you know. I could drive and got an income and we split that income down the middle and go see the world, whatever, you know, feminine energy. I ain't gonna be pressured with nobody trying to have sex with me and all that. She's straight, I'm straight. You know, do your thing. I do my thing, but our bills are paid. Shit, fuck that dumb shit. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Love y'all.